Tuesday, True Crime Tuesday, right here on the best in true crime podcasting. This is True Crime Tuesday. I'm your host, Tim Dennis. Doing things a little bit different today. It is the week after a holiday week, which means one thing. All my guests have run for the hills. No, that's not it. It means that we're doing Ripped from the Headlines and Dumb Crime, Stupid Criminals. And with that, we need to bring in our co-hostess. She is, as Binder from the Hindustan Times has said, my queen, the one who rules my world, the one who is the eater of worlds, destroyer of charts, the one who we have dedicated 14,000 barrels of ink and 50,000 rolls of paper to, because we know at one time or another, her publisher is going to release 57,000 books of hers at one time. And we know that they are going to fill all of the charts at once, and there will be no rooms for no other authors but her. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is, the one, the only. Look out, Tom Clancy and other authors, Jessica Freeburg. Jess, how are you today?
I'm good. I had such a good 4th of July. It's fun to have all my digits on my hands.
Yeah,
I feel like we won.
we won. Look, I still have 10
Our
digits.
fingers.
Yay. Look what I can do. I can catch a ball. I can write with both hands. I can sign language. I don't know how, but I could do it if I wanted to. And I could still play my guitar.
That's right. We can do all the things because we kept our fingers.
That's right. I didn't light one firework this year.
Yeah, we didn't either. And usually we do have like some small ones out in the front for the kids and stuff, but we got rained out pretty good last night. So
Oh, it was, boy. Yeah, it was, I get the feeling that happened in a lot of the nation, that it was beastly hot and then they got some sort of rain somehow.
yeah, coming down in sheets. I mean, it
Yeah.
was torrential.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
was a perfect day. And honestly, I'd rather have a perfect day and enjoy my family all day and friends
Mhm.
and then not see the fireworks. That's fine.
I, the one thing I discovered between locally here, which I won't name the neighbor, but I'll put it this way. Thank you, sir, whoever you are, for uh, successfully trying to blow up the neighborhood. That was fun. It was fun. It was fun to be able to sit out in my driveway again and watch that show, because it means I didn't have to go anywhere. I didn't have to beat
That's
traffic to go
right.
anywhere. Between that and thank you to our government for trying to blow up Washington, D.C., that was fun. It was fun to see what it would look like if hell opened up
Yeah.
and swallow Washington, D.C. That was fun too.
Uh,
Um, Holy cow, Jess! Did you watch any of that? Did you watch any of that on TV?
well, we saw a little bit of the one in New York where
Yeah.
they actually lit a bridge on fire.
Yes, the Brooklyn Bridge. Yeah, but
Yeah, we were laughing because we went to that several years ago. I mean, a long time ago. The kids were little. And I remember schlepping them across the city and like in strollers. And I told my husband, I'm like, man, that was a lot of work for memories they have none of.
it's very true. No,
Yeah.
they've done that before. It's called a waterfall firework, and they've done that here in Minneapolis.
Hmm.
They've done that on I'm trying to remember which bridge it was, but they've done that before. And it's a relatively safe firework. Don't quote me.
As far
But
as explosives go, they're
as
all
far, yeah,
air quotes
yeah,
relatively
yeah.
safe.
Depending on who's lighting it off.
Yeah.
Normally, it's done by the. I almost said fire brigade. Forgive me. I've been hanging out with people from England this weekend. Um, it's normally done by the fire marshal, whoever, or they're supervising it at least, and done by trained fireworks experts. So it's relatively safe.
Mhm.
Um, but things can go wrong. I've seen it go wrong at local municipal. Did I ever tell you my really? I can make it very quick. Uh,
I don't remember, but tell me. Maybe it'll spark the
l-
memory.
Local celebration. I won't name the town because I don't want to embarrass them. But one
Yeah.
year, early in my radio career, going to cover fireworks, and they normally you've got synchronized cannons that are run, and this was, keep in mind, this is 30 years ago, but before they were run by a computerized system where they would be synced up and then fired off, you had to manually fire them, right? This is a long time ago where you would
Yeah,
manually
back
fire.
in the day.
Right. You'd manually fire these cannons. Well, one of the cannons wasn't hooked in and synced up properly for them to fire, and the cannon falls over as it's about to
Oh,
fire, and it went
no.
and fired off sideways
Oh.
instead of straight up and took out a section of forest. It was not fun.
I'm glad it was just forest and not like a neighborhood.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah. So the all of a sudden you see the fire trucks go and take off, and the show was over. So
Oh, was that back in the 1900s, Tim?
yes, back in the 1900s,
When
Jess.
the fire wagons were pulled by horses.
Yes, they were, and the horses were spooked for a minute, so you had to give them an apple so they would calm down, and then it was, and then it
Yeah.
went
I
there.
love it when my kids say that. They're like, what was it like back in the 1900s? I'm like, quit saying it like that.
But that's what they call it now.
I know.
Yes, it's known as the olden times, I guess.
Yeah, I guess, when I'm doing research and I'm talking about like the 1800s, I'm like, yeah, 1800s, but like in the early 1900s, that wasn't that long ago, but boy, it seems like forever ago now.
It was put into perspective for me recently, and it made me shirk when it was put this way. Uh, there's been as much time from the 1980s to now as there was for our grandparents between World War II and the 1980s.
Wow. Oh, I didn't need to hear that today, Tim. That made me feel very old.
And when it was put that way to me, and when we jump around and talk about how great the 80s were and blah 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 blah, and yeah, and why can't the kids these days relate to the 80s? And we talk about
Yeah.
Stranger Things and how great Stranger Things is. That would be like bopping around when we were young and our grandparents talking about how great World War II is and how come you kids can't relate to World War II programming.
Yeah.
It'd be like, how come you can't see the great thing about Hogan's Heroes?
Although
You know,
some of us could, because we definitely did watch those shows.
yeah, but there's nothing great about Hogan's Heroes. I mean, it was a funny show. Don't get me wrong, but it was set in a concentration camp. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Um,
truth.
but the well, not a concentration, but a POW camp. But the thing is it's unrelatable to our generation. World War II.
Right,
We didn't exist in it, so we
right.
can't relate, right? And to a younger generation, Stranger Things is kitschy, so it's okay. We get it, right?
Yeah, my kids were asking me like how it feels to like watch Stranger Things and have them like bring back my favorite songs. Because you know that Tiffany song that they had in the last season. As soon as that came on, I was like, this is like my favorite song. And my kids were like, really? I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, I like jammed to this song all the time. I would play it on repeat. They're
Yeah,
like, "What does that feel like?" And I'm like, "I don't know, but when you ask it like that, it makes me feel really freaking old." Like,
right. Because it's like to you, it's like, oh, great
yeah,
memories. To
good
them, it's like, oh,
memories.
you just unearthed a dinosaur,
Yeah.
right?
And again, Mom, what was it like back in the 1900s?
Yeah, yeah. So it's a weird thing to think about, but
It is
yeah,
weird. So
yeah.
trippy.
And so you kind of have to tread lightly. Is that a good way to put it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't scream at them and go, how come you can't remember? But because there's no frame of reference, right? There's no,
Although my kids do love like 80s music, like that's their music of choice most of the time when we get in their cars. So
or
I
is
feel
it?
like I
Uh,
won.
I hear, okay, I'm going to throw the argument here.
Okay.
Is it their choice or is it what they grew up with?
It's what they grew up with. I mean, they
Okay.
like other stuff too, don't get me wrong. They listen to all of the things, but
Mhm.
they do listen to a lot of 80s music. And like my daughter, Ella, she's like the ABBA queen. Like that's her favorite thing to listen to.
Because there's the music you grew up with. There's the music you were conditioned on, the music you grew up with, and the music you choose and the music you chose.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the music I grew up on, the music that that was played and drilled into my head is 70s music. So that's the
Right.
music that I go back to. That's the comfort food, right?
Hmm.
So it's 70s pop and soul. That's when I need to get back to a baseline, that's what I listen to, right? But then see, I don't listen to too much 80s anymore because I was in a lot of trauma in the 80s. And that brings me right
Hmm.
back to trauma. But I'll listen to like 80s,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I'll listen to 80s rock because that's what I practiced on my guitar. Okay. Um, but and I listen to 80s funk. Like I listen to a lot of 80s funk. But now, but as far as 80s pop, I stay away from it. There's times I'll dip into it, but that reminds me of trauma. So I stay away from it.
Yeah. The stuff that was on the radio that you would hear like
Mm-hmm.
casually in the car or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
90s, keep in mind in the 90s, I was on the road. So there's a, and sometimes I mean, I even though like people have fond memories of Roxette, to me, Roxette is like Roxette for some reason is making some sort of a comeback.
Really?
It did for a while. Yeah. You know, Roxette is coming back out on tour.
I did not know that.
Yeah. To me, Roxette is like a bad rash.
That you can't get rid of.
Yeah. Yeah. They announced like a 40th anniversary tour. Not 40th. Is it 30th or 40th? I don't remember.
Boy, I don't know. It could be 40th, Tim. That's,
Well, no, 90s. It would be, well, maybe.
well, yeah, I think
I think it's 35th or
third.
something. 30th.
Okay.
But anyways, it's like the original guy, Pear something or another, is forming his version of Roxette, and he's coming out on tour. I don't know why I got on this. Anyways, but to me, it's like a bad rash, right? So that would be the music you chose. Okay, so as far as our demographic goes, um, so you chose to listen to Roxette. If you listen to that, the look is not a song I would have chose.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's a lot of people that go, oh, I love that song.
Yeah. It
Mm.
takes them back. It brings back memories. I would choose salt and pepper. Salt and pepper.
Yeah, Salt and Pepper. Yeah.
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 They were on last night and I was like, oh, like I was 16 doing a cheerleading dance again. Like I'm like, I remember every move.
Now, which one?
Uh, was it Pump Up the Jam?
No, see, that's
Gosh.
Technotronic. So,
Right. No, it wasn't. And I know. I'm like, that's not the one. That's not the one. It was, oh my gosh, I can't think of which one they were singing last night. Honestly, I don't remember, but I just remember being like, oh my gosh,
I'll
it's
go
my
deep.
song.
I'll go deep cut on you. Do you remember None of Your Business?
No, I don't.
See,
Is that your jam?
I'd rather hear that than one of their more top 40-ish ones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't remember that one. Hmm.
I'll have to send that one to you so you see if you remember it. You
Yeah.
probably do. You probably do. You hear it and go, oh, I remember that one, but
I'm
you'd
sure
be
I
like,
would. Boys to Men. I was listening to that the other day, and I'm like, oh, this is like back in high school again. That's what it took me back to.
yep.
But
Yeah. So yeah. See, did you ever listen to Jodeci?
yeah.
See,
Mm-hmm.
see,
Yeah.
you start, see, you
Yeah.
start bringing up certain bands, certain music you chose, right?
Yes.
Okay. So there's music you were in, I don't want to say indoctrinated. That's a horrible word, but music that was put upon you,
Yeah.
music that you and music that you chose, right? That new music that you said, you know what, that's my music, that's the music that I choose to listen to, that's the music that I'm going to glom onto. And then as you get older you go, you know what, I'm going to find stuff that's new that I like, right? That maybe that is of a newer generation that I like too. And then there comes a point, I think, as for most people, I don't though, I continue to find new artists that I like, and I I don't ever want to get old as a music fan.
Yeah. I
So
just like it all. I just love music.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'll listen to anything.
yeah. I think there is some. I don't want to say the majority of people, but there's a good amount of people that go and stop growing musically, and they go, you know what?
Yeah.
There's nothing good out there anymore. Bah humbug. And then they stop.
Then you know you're old.
Yeah, then you know you're old. You're officially old if you go, there's nothing good out there anymore. I just give me my music and that's it. If you've done that, you're officially old.
Hmm.
If you can't listen to anything new anymore and find something good in something, you're officially old. Sorry,
Agreed.
I hate to tell you that, but
Yeah.
it's true. On that note, we can get to our stories.
Starting off with music, now let's dive deep into the true crime.
That's right. But it was a good weekend. It was a good weekend. So
It
yeah,
was. Same
good.
here.
But it was, yeah, the whole, but setting the whole record for fireworks, that was in Washington. That scared me. I thought we were going to blow up the Capitol. I looked at that and I was like, oh, that's what hell looks like.
Yeah, the apocalypse is upon us.
That's right. But yeah, we almost blew up the Brooklyn Bridge this weekend too. So that was fun.
We were busy as a
Yeah,
nation.
we're busy as a nation. So evidently celebrating 1776 involves trying to blow up our nation. So that was fun. It was a good time. Good time.
They do say that, is it big, like grand, what's the word I'm looking for? The government systems, they last for about 250 years. My son has been telling me this, like
Oh yeah.
we're heading toward the downfall because like 250 years is like the cap on all of the great systems of the world. I'm like, well, it all started this weekend.
He's like, bread and circuses, Ma. Here we go.
Buckle up.
Yep. Follow
I think
road.
it's been a good run.
Yep.
No,
It's with the
I don't
fire.
believe it.
You don't think so? No.
I think not.
It's all a matter of
Fingers crossed.
yeah, right, right. I like to see it go at least until I'm gone.
Yeah,
Uh,
right.
yeah. Yeah. Let's
Not to
keep
be selfish, but let that fall on the next generation, please.
that's right. Yeah, let's hope the next generation screws it up, not us. We'll keep it there.
Uh,
With that, rip from the headlines first, and then dumb crime, stupid criminals today. Buckle in, kids. It gets a little rough at the beginning, and then we'll lighten up towards the end. But we'll start it off in Ohio, and probably one of the worst stories, Jess, that we've had in quite a
hmm.
while. I don't know if you heard about this story or not, but the headline is "This is pure evil."
Ooh,
Yeah.
gonna be
16
bad.
children. Yeah, that is bad. 16 children were rescued from a horrific Ohio home. We go to Athens, Ohio, where 4 adults have been charged with child endangerment after a search warrant was executed at their home, and it revealed 16 children living in conditions that authorities described as horrific. The June 30th warrant led to the rescue of 16 children ranging in age from 1 to 18, that according to
Mhm.
WUOB. Many of them were in serious condition and were transported to hospitals for treatment. Some were airlifted to level 1 trauma centers due to the seriousness of their injuries or conditions. Now, WBNS reported that 4 adult family members, 73-year-old Gary Siders Sr., 36-year-old Gary Siders Jr., 67-year-old Christina Siders, and 33-year-old Elizabeth Siders were taken into custody and each charged with 17 counts of child endangerment. Also, it was reported that they were charged once with each child found, and the final charge was for serious physical harm. All pleaded not guilty at their arraignment on July 1st. Bond was set at $300,000 for each suspect. At a press conference on June 30th, Ohio Attorney General Andy Wilson said, "This is pure evil." He said, "Human trafficking was not a factor." The suspects said are the parents and grandparents of the children. A second search warrant is being executed, and Wilson said the home is in such bad condition that it may be unsafe for investigators to enter.
Wow, that is really bad.
Yeah, yeah. The Columbus Dispatch is reporting that a neighbor was unaware that there were even children in that home, which, according to county auditor records obtained by the outlet, is only 1,336 square feet. As far as ownership, it's listed as the trustee of a woman who died in 2025. WSLS reported that the family lived in the home for 4 years, and the children appeared to be spending most of their time in one room. So all those children were just in one room. Wilson said it was beyond comprehension and that the conditions there were almost third world. According to Wilson, the 18-year-old could not spell her own name and that the children lived like farm animals.
Oh, what on earth?
Yeah. The children were not enrolled in school and that the 18-year-old was included in the child endangerment charges because they are developmentally a minor. All the children are being placed into temporary custody. The investigation's ongoing. The charges were updated before the 4th. I do not have the story there. So, but they've been updated to include new charges for those 4 as well. So, the same thing, believe it or not, Jess, happened a while back with 10 children in a Washington home. So I don't know what's going on around the country that this is happening more and more, neglect with children.
Yeah, it's terrible. I can't imagine.
Yeah. On a similar note, there's a story out of Oklahoma with a stepdad who, this story sickens me to my core, impregnated an 11-year-old girl
Mm.
and is sentenced to life in prison. We go to Muskogee, Oklahoma, where a 35-year-old man will spend the rest of his life behind bars after pleading guilty to child sexual abuse and neglect charges stemming from an investigation that began with his 11-year-old stepdaughter, who gave birth at home.
Oh gosh.
I mean, she could have died at home.
11.
11. She's 11.
It's a baby.
She should be thinking about playing with dolls. She should be thinking about playing outside. She should be thinking about school. KTUL reports that in August of 2025, the girl whose name has not been released gave birth at home and then went to the hospital. Her mother is 34-year-old Cherie Walker, and her stepfather, Dustin Walker, were initially charged with neglect for not getting the girl proper medical care. People reports that prior to showing up at the hospital after giving birth, she had not been to the doctor in a year.
Wow.
So she went through her entire pregnancy.
As an 11-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even fathom. What is wrong with her mother?
Again, some people should not be parents.
No, yeah, that's true.
DNA test revealed that Dustin Walker was the baby's father and that he was also charged with child sexual abuse. Cherie Walker was charged with enabling child sexual abuse. The child's grandmother, Michelle Justice, was also charged. She and Cherie Walker said no one in the home knew the child was pregnant. How do you not?
Come on,
Come on. It's impossible. It's impossible.
please.
Despite the fact that she gave birth to a full-term baby. They said that they did not know.
She's 11. You would notice the change in her physical
Yeah.
structure.
Yes. You have to know.
Yeah, that's
You,
insane.
you would have to lose all your senses not to know what was going on with this child. KJRH reports a Department of Health and Human Services employee visited the home and saw a picture of another child that another child had drawn of her pregnant sister. The child who drew the picture alleged that her grandmother told her not to tell anyone about that pregnancy. So, yeah, they did know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they knew. In addition to the 11-year-old victim, there were 5 other children in the Walker home. In court, their pediatrician, Dr. Tracy Hoos, said all 6 children suffered from severe physical neglect. They were underweight and had lice and tooth decay.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. District Attorney Janet Hudson said in court that the Walker home did not have air conditioning or running water and that there was human waste everywhere. She said it was one of the worst cases she had ever prosecuted.
You know, these parents, when they go to prison, and I hope they go to prison for a very long time,
Mhm.
they're going to have better living conditions in prison
Oh, yeah.
than
Yeah.
they provided for their children.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. They'll be treated more humanely than they ever treated their
Yeah.
children. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
3 hots and a cot and great facilities. They never gave it to their kids. but they'll have it. Dustin Walker pleaded guilty to the charges in March and was sentenced June 29th to life in prison for sexual abuse, 15 years for the first count of child neglect, 5 years for the next 4 counts of child neglect, 7 years for the last count. All the sentences are to be served consecutively, starting with the neglect charges. Dustin Walker is eligible for parole after having served 85% of his sentence. I still think that's unexcusable. If he's ever paroled, he will have to register as a sex offender. All right. We go on to the next one. Again, it doesn't get any easier, Jess. I apologize.
We'll get through it, Tim.
We'll get through it. The next one is about an Idaho man who gets life for raping an unconscious woman for years, posting videos of the assault afterwards online.
Dude, what is happening in Idaho right now?
I don't know.
Let's not go there. Let's not visit there, Tim.
Nothing a few lessons in school couldn't help, I guess. I don't know.
Yikes.
We go to Boise, where a 51-year-old man who pleaded guilty to rape has been sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for 40 years. The Ada County Prosecuting Attorney's Office announced that Thomas Spencer has been sentenced to on June 29th. The investigation began in January after the FBI found a group on Telegram, a messaging app where members posted videos and images of unconscious people being sexually assaulted. The FBI shared the group with local law enforcement officials who found that Spencer had posted 8 videos to the group of a victim whose name has not been released. When Spencer's phone was searched, investigators learned he had been sharing such content since 2019, according to the prosecuting attorney's office. Investigators made contact with the victim, who said she had no memory of the events of the video, but would drink wine, fall asleep, and wake up the following day with a headache and pain that was related to sexual assault. In the Telegram groups, Spencer referred to her by name and made posts about how he would drug her so she would be unaware of the assaults. Can't count how many times I've done that, he wrote in one posting.
That's crazy.
My God. At Spencer's sentencing, Ada County prosecutor Jan Bennett said, "I commend this victim for her incredible courage. This wasn't a stranger who attacked her in a moment of opportunity. This was someone she trusted completely, who chose to violate her again and again, then shared it with strangers for their entertainment." Here's hoping this man finds somebody just like him in jail. He chooses to do that to him over and over again as well.
Yeah, I agree, Tim.
One can hope. One can hope. All right. Before we go to break, let me show you a picture of this woman right here. I'll tell you what exactly she did.
Oh, she looks like she's having a rough day.
She looks like she's maybe seen the better side of life, right?
Yeah, and is that a tattoo on her neck of wings?
Yes, it's you know what? Good eye. Good eye. Here, let me
I don't even have my old lady glasses on. I can't believe I saw that, but
right. Yeah, you did. Let me zoom in here. Yeah, look at that. Boy.
That is commitment to your art.
Yeah, it is. That had to be a painful piece right there.
Oh, throat tattoo. Oh.
Yeah, especially when you get around the old right in here.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Cringing just thinking about it.
Yeah. I was gonna say Adam's apple, but women don't have Adam's apple.
Well, you know.
That'd be awkward. Let me tell you what this Texas woman did. She allegedly shot, stabbed, dismembered her boyfriend, then mixed his remains in with concrete to conceal him. She's thorough.
Wow.
Yeah. When you ask her to get a job done, she'll do it. Yeah.
That's a lot of work. I mean, that's like multi-step.
Well, when you ask someone to bake a cake, they don't go half-ass and just do the batter. You know, you got to finish the job. And evidently she didn't. This 31-year-old woman is in custody after police allege she shot, stabbed, and dismembered her live-in boyfriend before hiding some of his remains in a dumpster and attempting to encase the rest of them in concrete.
Huh.
Do you think she'll ever find love again, Jess? That's what
You know what's crazy? She probably will.
she'll probably have them lined up out the door.
She'll probably have pen pals in prison, all these people, all these men who are just like, that is the woman for me. Because people are messed up.
I know you had a rough go of it before, but I'm different.
I can fix you.
I can fix you.
I can make you happy.
Oh, dear God. June 24th, police received an anonymous Crime Stoppers tip. The anonymous tipster claimed they were told that Audrey Troncoso shot, dismembered, and disposed of 34-year-old Roland Matthew Shepard in an apartment dumpster. An investigation led authorities to search that dumpster. The dumpster's contents had been dumped into a trash truck that was en route to the landfill. The truck was stopped so police could search it. Officers recovered a trash bag full of clothes and a carpet covered with fresh blood, as well as a torso that had tattoos matching the description of those belonging to Shepard. A search warrant was executed at the residence that Troncoso and Shepard shared. More human remains were located in tubs of wet concrete in a vehicle in the home's driveway. That's no plaster of Paris, I guess. Right? Right. Yikes. It's not an art project happening out in the front yard, that's for sure.
Sculpture, Tim.
Right, right. Police arrested Troncoso at the scene and took her into custody, where she allegedly admitted during an interview that she shot Shepard in the face, stabbed him, and dismembered him with a saw and multiple knives. She also allegedly admitted she mixed concrete to hide additional body parts in totes. She's thorough.
Yeah. She's like, I can get rid of this.
Yeah.
Like it never happened.
We can do this, right? On June 25th, Troncoso's father, Mario Valdez Troncoso Jr., was arrested and charged with evidence in tampering in connection with Shepard's death. It's a family affair. Isn't that fun? Investigators believe he was involved in hiding and disposing of Shepard's dismembered remains. Okay, wait a minute. There's certain things a father will do for a daughter, right? But when the daughter comes to dad and says, Daddy, I need a favor. I just so happened to shoot my boyfriend in the face and kill him. Would you help me get rid of him? Don't you think that maybe that's the line?
Yeah. I mean, there are many things I would do for my children, but helping them dismember and dispose of a body is not one of them.
Yeah, I got to think that that's the line there. That's it right there. By the way, police have not released a motive in the homicide, so we don't know why Ms. Troncoso shot Mr. Shepard in the face. Police told KMSP this is one of the most violent homicides in recent memory that we've investigated here. Audrey Troncoso is behind bars on $2 million bond, according to KLST. Go San Angelo reports that her father's behind bars on $100,000 bond, according to court records obtained by the outlet. The investigation, by the way, is still ongoing, because you never know how many family members got involved in this whole deal. I mean, it might be more than just a two-man operation.
Everyone was helping.
Yeah, everyone was helping in this whole deal. All right, we're going to go to break. When we come back, we'll talk to you about a Canadian man who posed as a delivery driver and tried to kill a woman he had been obsessed with online. Also, we'll talk about a Tesla driver who may be charged in the death of, was it the death of a person he killed when his Tesla went out of control? I believe that's the scenario we're talking about. Oh, no, a manslaughter. I'm sorry, manslaughter when it came to a Texas home. Also, we'll talk about those Empire State Daredevils that came up over the weekend and how they may not have acted alone. That story is coming up as well. Kind of an interesting story that happened over the weekend. And we'll talk to you about how much is too much in Ripped from the Headlines today. Can you be charged with letting your child become too obese? Two Michigan parents are being charged with murder and torture after their son died at 7 years old and weighing 255 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's on Ripped from the Headlines next here on the program. But first, let's tell you about our sponsor today, which is Jelly Bean and Julia. And Jelly Bean and Julia, of course, I got to tell you, Jess, the smoked prime rib this Friday was amazing. It was amazing. And if you head on out to Jelly Bean and Julia's this week, of course, the specials, again, are going to be fantastic. The specials for the rest of this week include you've got your specials for today, tomorrow, and Thursday, which, again, are the half-price appetizers. That excludes the appetizer sampler. But you've got, I'm sorry, not half price. So 25% off all appetizers at happy hour. Half price single pour well drinks is what I meant to say. Half price Mick Golden Lights, Coors Light taps, and half price off all domestic cans and bottles. But 25% off all appetizers for happy hour there on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Friday, the smoked prime rib dinner every Friday night. It's amazing. You got your 12 and 16 ounce cuts there. It's smoked overnight in that walk-in smoker. It is so wonderful. So wonderful. You've got the tequila berry salad, that sweet and tangy dressing with the bacon bits. You've got the Texas toast, and then you've got the Boston baked potato. It's deep fried there in that avocado fat there. It's a healthy fat. It's so good. It just breaks right apart. It's a nice fluffy baked potato. You can get it loaded. I get it with the bacon bits and the sour cream and the cheese and my cardiologist calls me and asks me what I'm doing. I say, nothing. I'm eating a salad, which I am. I'm not lying. I'm eating a salad, Jess. But I'm also having
There's a side salad. There's always a side salad, right, Tim?
That's right. There's a tequila berry salad, Jess. I'm eating a salad, but I'm also having some prime rib and a Boston potato too. Hey, I take my Crestor. I'm fine.
Sounds good.
But it's all together in one delicious meal. They start serving at 4:30 over there. They have it until it's gone. Get there early, folks, because it will be gone. It will be gone. So go over there Friday night for smoked prime rib. Also, breakfast on Sundays. You've got chicken and waffles, much, much more over there. On Sundays, be sure to check out breakfast on Sundays over at Jelly Bean and Julia. Much, much more. Check it out. Also, entertainment on Saturdays, folks. Live entertainment on Saturdays over at Jelly Bean and Julia. Coon Rapids Boulevard in Coon Rapids, Minnesota. jellybeanandjulias.com. Check it out. All right. When we come back, more Rip from the Headlines right here on the best in true crime podcasting. This is True Crime Tuesday. Welcome back to the best in true crime podcasting. This is True Crime Tuesday on a Tuesday. Of course, it wouldn't be on a Wednesday because that'd be supernatural news. I'm your host, Tim Dennis. With me is my co-host, Jessica Freeburg. And Jess, we continue on with a Canadian man who posed as a delivery driver and tried to kill a woman he had become obsessed with online. I'll tell you why he wasn't successful, because you don't look like this and become successful at what you're doing.
Oh, I mean, you can't really blend in.
No. I think he pretty much got, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
To describe to our listeners who are not watching on video, he got pummeled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a big old black eye.
Big old black eye. He's got a lot of marks on his face too.
For a minute, I thought he had a tattoo.
No.
That's just from being beaten.
That's just from being beaten. Yeah.
Ouch. I think he earned it, though, it sounds like.
Oh, yeah, he did. We go to Monterey, County, California, where a man has been sentenced to 2 consecutive life terms in prison after he traveled from Canada and attempted to kill a woman that he had become obsessed with online. According to the Monterey County Sheriff's Office, police responded on November 25th, 2024, to a home for a report of multiple people being stabbed. An investigation revealed that Devin Wolfgang Vanderhoff, now 26 years old, had met the female victim via an online gaming platform. He became obsessed with her and traveled from Canada to California with his co-defendant, Darius Avery White. According to the Monterey County District Attorney's Office, Vanderhoff had planned for a month before leaving home and flying to California to actually kill someone. That's going to get you in trouble.
Yeah, that's scary.
Vanderhoff knocked on the door and told the victim's boyfriend he was a delivery driver. He was holding a package, according to the sheriff's office. Vanderhoff then forced his way into the home and began to stab the boyfriend. The female victim tried to come to his defense and was stabbed and strangled in the ensuing struggle. Vanderhoff also sustained injuries during the incident. Neither victim has been named by authorities. Inside the package Vanderhoff was carrying were handcuffs, duct tape, and knives. White was arrested near the scene. He initially said he had no knowledge or involvement in Vanderhoff's actions, but authorities determined that he had acted as an accomplice. According to the sheriff's office, he was arrested the following day after boarding a plane to return to Canada. So he just tried to get out of there.
No, he's like, I came, I saw, I stabbed people, and I'm going home.
Yep, I just dropped the guy off. I didn't have anything to do with it. Mr. White was like, no. He just needed a ride, and I was there. Yep, yep. Both Vanderhoff and White were charged with attempted murder and conspiracy to commit attempted murder, according to the sheriff. Vanderhoff was found guilty in February. He was sentenced on June 25th to two consecutive life sentences, plus an additional 5 years. White testified at Vanderhoff's trial, stating that Vanderhoff had planned to find the woman he had become obsessed with after she cut off communication. White was sentenced in April after pleading guilty to assault charges. Yeah, that trick never works. Become obsessed, and when she says, "No, sorry, we're done here," go after her. Yeah, that never works.
With your handcuffed, you with your murder kit.
Yeah, with your murder kit in your
Your
box.
kidnap murder kit. That's
Yeah,
so scary.
yeah. That's it's best just to get over it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Find good therapy. Yeah, good therapy always works. Okay, I'll give you a couple choices on this one. I'm going to show you another picture here, Jess. Great
Oh,
parent or potentially scary?
my God, it's like the monster under your bed. What is happening? He looks like he's trying to come through your
I know,
iPad
right?
and eat me.
Yeah. It's like,
That
Jen.
is the evilest glare. And he's like lurching forward almost. Like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
By the way, I don't know if I can cover up how old the man is, but how old would you think this guy is?
I mean, old. He's older than us.
Believe it or not, no,
Shut up. He has to be older than us.
he's not older than me. Man's 52
Oh,
years old.
what?
Yeah,
If you told me 70, I would have believed you.
he looks old.
70 and psychotic.
Yeah, yeah. This man, this Arizona man, is accused of severe neglect. That is the quote. This
Wow.
Arizona man allegedly left his disabled son in a bathtub for 7 weeks. Looking at his
What?
mugshot, I would not doubt that.
He looks like he's, not taking care of himself, let alone someone else.
Right. He, like Jess said, he does look like the most evil man on earth.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's combed his hair or washed it or anything in like 2 years.
Yeah. We go to Mesa, Arizona. A 52-year-old man has been arrested and jailed on one count of vulnerable adult abuse in connection with the alleged treatment of his son. KPNX reported that officers were called about the home of Melvin Shimkus and his son, 31-year-old Hunter Shimkus, in May, but were turned away when they arrived because both declined assistance. How does a vulnerable adult decline assistance? I mean,
Really? Yeah.
they have no choice. They're being held against their will.
Somebody dropped the ball there.
Yeah. On June 30th, police again arrived at the home and found Hunter Shimkus in the bathtub. Melvin Shimkus told responding officers his son has a nerve disease that renders him unable to walk or use his hands. He claimed he had offered to take Hunter to the hospital, but he had refused.
No, I'm good. I'll just stay in this bathtub for 7 weeks. Thanks.
Yeah, yeah. He can't use his hands or or anything, but he just wants to stay in the bathtub for 7 weeks.
Oh,
Yeah. Officer said the bathroom where the victim was smelled like rotting meat and feces.
oh. Well, I suppose if you're in the bathtub for 7 weeks, you're pooping in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you're falling apart in the
yeah.
bath.
Falling apart in the bathtub.
Yeah. And his leg was bent at the knee 90 degrees in the opposite direction.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Something was broken. His muscles were reportedly gone and only skin and bones were visible. He reportedly was covered in oozing sores.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Court documents obtained by WWNY allege that Hunter Shimkus was extremely emaciated and had been kept in the bathtub for 7 weeks. His right leg was held in place by small ropes, and his right foot appeared extremely deformed. Yeah. An investigator states that Hunter Shimkus clearly suffered from severe neglect, according to WWNY. The neglect was so extreme that it caused significant possible permanent injuries to the victim. According to another family member in the home, Hunter Shimkus had been in the bathtub since May 16th. His aunt, Carol Schofield, who lives in the home, alleged she
What?
lives there.
How do you live there and not do something?
She alleged that everything was done that we could do. No, it wasn't.
Come on.
Everyone tried to convince Hunter to go to the hospital. Hunter said no. When the paramedics came, he said no. They turned around and walked off. Said we can't touch him. He's an adult.
So they're saying the paramedics came in and saw him in the bathtub with his leg all messed up and bent at an unnatural angle and wasting away, oozing sores. And they're like, no, he said he's good.
Supposedly. Yeah, they supposedly said
I
nope.
don't believe it.
I don't either. There comes a point where you're a danger to yourself.
Right. And you're clearly not in your right mind if you are like, no, I'm cool.
Yeah, there comes a point where you can go to the county and say this is a vulnerable adult. I
Yeah.
now have to have some sort of power of attorney over them, and I say that they're a danger to themselves. Come in and do something. I
Huh.
don't buy it.
That's crazy. This is a crazy story, Tim.
Yeah. Melvin Shimkus was arrested and charged with 1 count of vulnerable adult abuse on June 30th. In addition, he was arrested for violating probation twice. He was booked into jail on $12,000 bond.
It doesn't seem like enough.
The fact that he violated probation twice tells me that he's holding something over somebody's head.
Yeah. Hmm.
So there's that. All right, we're going to dive into a story now from Texas. There's a Tesla driver who is charged with manslaughter after he ran into a home with his Tesla. Again, I don't trust Teslas any farther than I can throw them, especially the self-driving feature.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Yeah. But Michael David Butler said his Tesla was operating on full self-driving mode when it crashed into a home last month and it killed a woman.
Oh.
Now, this Texas man has been charged with manslaughter after driving a Tesla operating with its automated driving assistance system, into a suburban Houston home, killing a 76-year-old grandmother, according to court papers. 44-year-old Michael David Butler told police he was operating his Model 3 in full self-driving mode on June 19th when he plowed into Martha Avila's home in Katy, Texas. He told paramedics the car was on autopilot. There's no such thing as autopilot. I don't buy it. You have to be aware at all times, right?
I mean, even if it's on autopilot, you're still responsible for that vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah. You just can't go to sleep, start playing on a computer, I don't know, eat a full meal, whatever it is you're doing. You got to pay attention.
Yeah.
Avia died later at a nearby hospital. According to an arrest affidavit, Butler said he was making a DoorDash delivery run when he changed the music on the Tesla's touchscreen and eventually passed out. That's a large leap from, oh, I'm changing the music on my touchscreen to, oh, I decide I'm going to take a nap.
I just passed out.
Passed out. His speed, by the way, reached 73 miles per hour, more than double the legal limit in that area.
Wow. But it's not
Yikes.
his fault, Tim.
No, not his
The
fault.
car was driving itself.
That's right. And the brake pedal wasn't used in the minute before the crash, according to the affidavit. Butler denied having felt ill, and no alcohol or common street drugs were in his system, according to the affidavit at the time. A lawyer for Butler did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Harris County prosecutors did not immediately respond to a similar request. Tesla has disputed Butler's recollections, with Chief Executive Elon Musk saying a vehicle in full self-driving mode drives slowly through neighborhood streets, and a software vice president saying Butler manually overrode that mode by flooring the accelerator. According to KHOU television, Butler appeared Thursday in probable cause court, where bail was set at $150,000, with requirements that he wear an ankle monitor and not drive. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has been investigating the crash and has since 2016 opened nearly 50 special investigations of Tesla crashes believed to involve advanced driver assistance systems. About 24 deaths have been reported. Tesla said its autopilot system enables vehicles to steer, accelerate, and brake within their lanes, while full self-driving lets vehicles obey traffic signals and change lanes. Both require fully attentive drivers, it is said. Now, in all fairness and fairness in reporting, Tesla's always said when you're in full self-driver mode, you should be attentive at all times.
Exactly.
You should never take your eye off the road.
You're always responsible for that vehicle.
Mm-hmm. Avia's family sued Tesla last week, saying her wrongful death reflected the electric vehicle maker's gross negligence and failure to warn that its self-driving systems were defective. Again, they've always had that disclaimer. Even though you're in full self-driving mode, you need to be attentive.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, you are the captain of your own ship.
That's right.
It's never the fault of Tesla if something goes awry. So ultimately, the right guy got charged with manslaughter. Guy behind the wheel wasn't attentive.
Yeah. I mean, some human
you
being
know,
has to be responsible for that machine. It can't just run itself.
Mhm.
I mean, it can, but if it goes awry,
Right, right. And for a short amount of time, could that vehicle pilot itself? Sure. If you're going down a long stretch of highway, can it take over for a short, can you take your eye off the ball for a short moment? Yes.
no, what should we do that? Like, should that
I
be
would.
an option? No, just
I
like
would.
you can use cruise. Like,
Yeah,
it's good
yeah.
enough. You can rest your leg. You don't have to have your foot on the gas the whole 6-hour drive or whatever. But I just think those self-driving cars are just the worst idea.
You know, I had a story here too that I haven't used about what teens do in Waymos lately.
Yeah.
There's teens that are booking Waymos and basically joyriding around in Waymos. But it's kind of a weird thing. They'll book a Waymo and then ride around on the Waymo and then kind of create chaos in Waymos, which are these self-driving. Essentially, they're
Yeah.
self-driving taxis, right?
Yeah. My daughter rode in one and I'm like, she was in San Francisco, I think. She went on a little girls trip and they got one in San Francisco and I'm like, "Oh, I just don't think I could get in it. Like it's too creepy to me."
To me, to not have a driver, to
Yeah.
just jump into a driverless car that's predetermined where it's going to go.
It's
What happens?
ultimately it's a computer. And how many times do you have to like restart your laptop because it's not functioning the way it should or something? Like
Right. I have
it's a
to,
computer. Computers
right.
suck. Like they're good, but when they're not working,
Yeah.
oh,
Technology is
yeah.
not fallible. I
Yeah,
mean,
no,
we
thank you.
know that. Yeah. We all run into it on a daily basis. How many times have you had to restart whatever because
Yeah,
it's
I'll
not
I'll take my chances on the strange man that I don't know that's driving the car. Like that seems safer to me.
right? Yeah. Yeah. So, and it's not, it's okay to depend on the kindness of strangers to get to wherever you have to go. Right.
Yeah,
Um, but it's not okay to have to put life, your life in the hands of technology over and over again because technology breaks.
yeah. And when it does, you're not expecting it. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's spontaneous. It happens at the worst times.
And what happens when technology breaks on a mass scale?
Yeah, I mean that's really scary.
Yeah.
Even just the thought of like losing our ability to like connect to Wi-Fi and that sort of thing. Imagine what would happen to the world. And I know there's been like movies and books and people talking about this, but we would fall apart.
I mean, it should be used as a tool. And we kind of talked with this about this with AGG Lou on Thursday, but
Hmm.
it's okay to use it as a tool. But when the tool becomes your overlord, when the tool becomes the thing running you, you have an issue. When you're not running it, when it's running you, it becomes something completely different.
Well, and like the new generation, my kids' generation, they're so reliant on all of that. I probably told you the time my son's phone was broken and he was supposed to go meet his friends to get on a boat and go, just have a good day on the lake. And he like couldn't even drive to his friend's house because he didn't have a map on his phone. We're like, he's never driven without one. And he just couldn't think of like, how do I get there? It was like so debilitating. But I'm like, wow, this generation, like if we lose our Wi-Fi and stuff, they're in their map on their phone or something. Like it was just startling to see how like disabled he was in that situation. We had to like talk him through it.
How many times has he been to his friend's house?
He hadn't been there before, but we're like, you can get directions and
Yeah.
so it was a new place to go. But still, like I'm in that situation. I'm like, tell me what tree to turn at and then what church I turn left at, and then, like I'll find it.
We used to have these things called map books back in the day. I mean,
Yeah, but they don't anymore. Like you couldn't even go get a
uh,
map. You
I don't
can't
know
find a
about
map at a gas station anymore. But I like someone could give you directions and you should be able to be like, okay, I'm going to take Highway 60 down to, and turn left. But he was like, I just don't think I can. And like, I don't blame him. He's never had to do it once in his whole life.
you
Can you
can't look up
imagine?
you can't look up MapQuest or Apple Maps or whatever online.
Well, I mean, eventually he did, but I mean, it was like we had to talk him through. Like, it was just startling to me, like how debilitating the scenario felt in his brain.
Hmm, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, this was a few years ago. He was
All
younger.
right.
He could probably do it now. But I do tell my kids, I'm like, when the Wi-Fi in the world and technology stops working, just come find mom. I'll take care of you. Dad and I grew up without all of this crap. We can handle it.
Well, and I mean, when you look at this new book that AGG Lou has out, and it's talking about the artificial intelligence handy answer book, and you see how invasive AI really is. AI runs basically every single system we have now.
Yeah, it does. And I laugh because people are like, especially in publishing, they're like, I'm never using AI. And I'm like, every day. You use it every day.
Yep, it's in everything. It's in
You
everything.
can say you're never going to use it, but you are using it and you're enjoying it. And you don't even know that you're enjoying it, but you are using it. It's making your life easier, whether you like it or not.
And the minute it breaks down, we are
Yeah.
screwed. I mean, it really has made things easier for a lot of people. But when you look at how we've automated certain things, like even the way electric plants run and power plants run, the way water processing plants run, things that we take for granted, right? And when those things break down, if they break down, and
Yeah.
it's an AI issue, boy, how do we still have people around that know how to manually put that back online, but what happens when those generations die off?
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's kind of crazy. I don't even know how we got on this topic. What
I
was
don't
our
know.
story?
All right, well, we were kind of, what were we talking about? What were we
Oh,
talking
the
about?
car, the guy in the car.
Yeah, the guy in the car.
It really was for a minute like, how did we land here?
Yeah, but yeah, it's a scary,
It is. It's
scary.
wild. It's crazy when you think about it too much.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, that's why again in that show, and I'll just stress it one more time: you got to be a jack of all trades. You got to know how to operate everything. You got to
Yeah.
know. You just got to know. You got to know both the analog and the digital, because you never know. The popular thing with terrorists now: attack your computer system, attack your
Yeah.
network, your internet, your AI system, and disable it. Because if they disable the digital, you don't know how to run an analog anymore. Nobody knows.
No.
If they can do that, you're dead in the water.
We are dependent on things we have very little control over now. And that's scary. It's
Mhm.
never been like that before. We've always been dependent on things, but there's always been a level of human control over them. And now we're dependent on things that we really don't have control over.
Right. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. We become a lazier society, which is
Oh, scary.
a scary thing to think about.
Ugh.
Yeah.
We can't even drive our own freaking cars.
I know. Isn't that sad?
We take a nap and then we kill people with our cars and we're like, well, it's not my fault.
Yeah. That's a sad story. Yeah.
Yikes.
You might have seen this story over the weekend, Jess, about these the man and the woman that got up on the Empire State Building, and I believe there was a banner that was brought up there. There was a marriage proposal that happened up there. To me, this is
Yeah, it
a
was.
little spotty. There's we were given the details, we weren't given the details,
There
right?
was a lot going on. And I did tell my husband, I'm like, I think you need to do your proposal again because look what this guy did.
It was subpar compared to what happened.
He really he put in the extra effort, I will say.
Yeah, yeah. It kind of made all guys look bad, didn't it?
Yeah, everybody needs to do whatever you do.
But what if we told you that it might not have looked as genuine as it looked on camera the first time?
Oh, okay. What
Maybe,
happened?
maybe they didn't act alone. Maybe they had a lot of help
Hmm.
here in order to make this happen. Which, I mean, you'd have to in order to get up that high on the
I
Empire
would
State
think so.
Building.
They looked so cool though.
Yeah,
Like her outfits, like she was like Catwoman. I don't know what he was, but
cat burglar.
he looked cool.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, investigators believe that the Empire State Building daredevils may not have acted alone, which, I mean, come on. In order to get that high, I got to tell you this much, just between you, me, and the fence post. Um, Tallest building we have here in Minneapolis, IDS building. In order to get up there, to get up that high in this city, you have to be a radio or TV engineer.
You have to have special permission, like
Yeah,
special access.
you gotta have access
Yeah.
because there's towers up there. There's broadcasting towers up there that emit RF radiation. So you have to have business up there in order to get up there. So you kind of have to have some help in order to get up there. You
You're
have
not
to.
just walking out that door
No,
without the right card to scan to unlock it.
that's right. It takes a
Yeah.
lot of security, and there's a lot of security to get up there. I mean, it's not easy to get up there.
would
Plus,
think so, because otherwise that'd be like the primos. I mean, not to be morbid, but that's where people would go to be like, well, this is
yep,
where I'm ending it.
that's right. Can you imagine if it were easy to get up there? A lot of people would just go up there and hang.
Yeah, we'd have so many jumpers. Like,
Yeah, yeah. So it's not easy to get up to the top of the Empire State Building in New York. But the couple behind a jaw-dropping climb atop New York City's Empire State Building may have had more than courage on their side. Authorities are now investigating whether Angela Nicolau and Ivan, I believe it's Kunetsov, received assistance before scaling the iconic skyscraper's antenna in a dramatic proposal stunt that ended with both of them in handcuffs. The pair, known for documenting dangerous rooftop adventures around the world, allegedly climbed the 1,454-foot landmark before unfurling a banner that read, "When the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace." The stunt quickly went viral online, but investigators say serious questions remain about how they managed to access one of New York City's most secure and recognizable buildings. According to multiple reports, investigators are examining whether Nicolau and Kunetsov may have previously scouted the Empire State Building and potentially left behind materials needed to complete the climb. So they did go up the hard way. They had to have gone up manually.
mhm. Yeah.
Um, the Russian daredevils, who were featured in Netflix's 2024 documentary Skywalker's Love Story, are no strangers to unauthorized ascents. The film chronicled the couple's relationship as they traveled the world climbing skyscrapers and other structures, often using unconventional methods to gain access. Authorities now believe similar planning may have played a role in the Empire State Building incident. Law enforcement officials say the pair entered the building as ordinary visitors Tuesday night after purchasing tickets to the observatory. According to CNN, security footage allegedly showed the couple remaining inside after the attraction closed to the public. Investigators believe they hid inside a maintenance area overnight before emerging in the early morning hours. Video reportedly captured the pair climbing through a hatch and entering the 102nd floor observatory complex before continuing their ascent toward the antenna. According to the criminal complaint, Kuznetsov allegedly used tools to loosen brackets that blocked access to a stairwell leading toward the spire. After bypassing additional barriers, authorities say the couple cut through 2 padlocks before making their way to the top. Although the stunt was intended as a romantic proposal, prosecutors allege the actions created significant safety concerns. Kuznetsov reportedly told police that he wanted to do something special for his engagement. According to prosecutors cited by ABC News, the couple now faces multiple charges, including felony burglary, reckless endangerment, and criminal mischief, along with several misdemeanor offenses. Their attorney, Jason Krinsky, argued that prosecutors went too far in their response. They're trying to send a message, Krinsky told reporters following the couple's court appearance. As far as what I've seen, and I'm sure you have all seen it, it was a message of love. You know, that's a nice thing. Krinsky also defended the proposal itself, saying, I mean, come on. What a way to propose, he said. You got to give him some credit for that. So let me ask you this, Jess. If they did stay after hours, if they did cut a couple of padlocks, and if they did do what is alleged here, did they break enough laws to be charged?
I mean, yeah, I think so. I mean, we don't want to, you should probably set a little bit of an example with them. We don't want people doing that, but, slap on the wrist and let them go out their day and get married and be happy and climb more things. I'll watch it on Netflix.
That's I may go back and watch their movie just
Yeah.
to see how they've done it in the past. Now, to be fair, NYPD Chief Michael LePetri says and emphasized the seriousness of the allegations and the message that authorities hope the charges will send. He says there's going to be consequences, he said, while discussing what he described as serious felony charges. They say that long before the Empire State Building arrest, Nicolau and Kuznetsov built massive online followings through videos showcasing extreme rooftop climbs across the globe. There, by the way, the name of the movie, if you go check it out on Netflix, is Skywalker's A Love Story, which follows a relationship and their high risk stuff around the globe. Um,
I hope they don't get felonies. Like, I don't know. I liked their message on their flag. It was nice. It's all about loving and making the world a more loving place.
Here's the deal. I mean, you do have to send a message though, right?
Yeah.
If they did break in and they did cut padlocks and all that other stuff, if they didn't, even if they climbed legitimately, they still has to be a slap on the wrist. You can't have
Yeah.
people climbing up there. There's a liability. If they did climb up there and they end up killing themselves, there's a potential for lawsuits, right? So you got to at least give them a misdemeanor.
I would say that seems fair.
Yeah, for everything that happened, you got to at least give them a misdemeanor. You got to send a message because you just can't do that. You just can't climb to the top of the Empire State Building and do that. A felony, I think, is a little strong.
Yeah, there are people doing way worse things in the world that are getting slaps on the wrist. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah,
or not even slaps on the wrist. Like,
yeah, yeah. But I think a felony
so
is strong especially for that, especially for that. Let's move to the next story and our final story for Rip from the Headlines because this is a little alarming. But you tell me if Michigan's in the right place. Two Michigan parents are being charged with murder and torture after their son died at 7 years old and weighing 255 pounds. Now, genetics or neglect? I'm going to throw this at you. I'm going to show you what both parents look like.
okay.
These are the two parents right here.
Okay. So there's genetics at play
Genetics at play.
and some probably lifestyle choices.
Could be as well.
How did he die though? I mean, I understand he was obese. Did he have like a heart attack or
Well, let's dive into the story and find out.
okay.
We go to Flint Township, Michigan. After their 7-year-old son died weighing 255 pounds, a couple has been charged with second-degree murder, torture, and child abuse. KCRG reports that an investigation into Damian O'Brien and Jessica O'Brien, 40 and 41 respectively, began November 4th of 2025. On that day, paramedics responded to the O'Brien's home after receiving a call about a child having difficulty breathing. When they arrived, they noted that the house was horrific and was consistent with a hoarding situation. That, according to Genesee County prosecutor David Layton, the child, Casper O'Brien, was immobile. He died that night of dilated cardiomyopathy with morbid obesity as a contributing factor, according to WNEM. Per the CDC, a healthy weight for a child Casper's age and height is between 50 and 73 pounds. So he weighed 5 times the amount he
Wow.
should have weighed.
Hmm.
Layton said, what we allege is that he was not fed in a nutritious way. He was neglected and he was abused, and his diet is part of it, and not getting whatever help he needed because he was nonverbal as part of it. All that adds up to an extreme case of child abuse resulting in someone's death. Investigators learned that the child was not taken to the doctor despite the family having health insurance, although they did reportedly take their dog to the veterinarian for medical care. The children,
What?
yeah, evidently. The children in the home did not attend school at the school district and was reportedly unaware that the children existed. The school district was unaware that they
Hmm.
existed. Okay, I can't
Yeah.
with this.
It's less about his weight and more about all the other mitigating circumstances surrounding his life.
Mhm. The Orlando Sentinel's reporting that Casper O'Brien's diet consisted of chips, fries, and juice. At the time of his
Hmm.
death, he had bed sores. As of February 2024, he weighed 104 pounds. So he gained 150 pounds in a year?
Wow.
Whew. The O'Briens were charged June 23rd in connection with the boy's death, being held without bond. According to court records, obtained by KCRG, the O'Briens have also been charged with second-degree child abuse in connection with the treatment of a 5-year-old in the home. According to law enforcement officials, she also was morbidly obese, was found naked and dirty outside the home with knotted hair.
Oh, these
So
poor
they've done this to
babies.
a second child.
Yeah.
According to an obituary, Casper O'Brien was preceded in death by a younger brother. The obituary
What?
reads, yeah, Casper was a bright and loving young boy whose joyful spirit touched everyone around him. If the O'Briens are convicted as charged, they could face life in prison. WNEM reports that they're scheduled to appear in court. They were scheduled to appear July 2nd. So I don't have an update as far as what happened at that arraignment. But
Yeah, I definitely think charges are very warranted.
yeah. All right. So 150 pounds in a year.
Yeah. I looked up a picture. He was a cute little guy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's uncalled for. All right, it's time for us to switch gears now. It's time for us to close this section of Rip from the Headlines. It's time now for us to bring in Dumb Crimes and Stupid Criminals.
It's Crayon News story time.
What happened with this dude, Christ Bearer? I heard he cut his penis off and then jumped off a balcony.
Suspect pulls gun from butt, shoots twice at Denver police.
What is your emergency?
I need help.
And what's the problem?
I'm too high.
You're too high?
Yeah.
It's that time again. Time you've been looking forward to. It's time now for Dumb Crimes and Stupid Criminals. And Jess, are you wanting another introduction?
No.
Nope.
Still me.
Still you?
I haven't changed. I'm exactly the same.
Binder also says it's not necessary. Let's just get on with it. You might have seen this first story online. It's quite popular. In fact, it was sent to me quite a few times by our listening audience. I appreciate it. By the way, if you have a story for us, tim@darknessradio.com. The reason I didn't include it and rip from the headlines is because it's got its own Floridian twist.
Oh, great.
I figured I'd include it right away. And first up today, a Florida woman fatally shoots an Army veteran during a dispute over a Walmart parking spot. It's got all the ingredients, Jess. Florida, Walmart, and a shooting at a parking spot.
I think you put it in the right place, Tim.
A New Jersey native who served in the Army was fatally shot by a woman who, during a dispute over a parking spot outside of Florida Walmart. I know you've seen the video as well. The video is something to behold. I'll include it in the description of this program, which it's disturbing. Bart G. Guglielmo or Emlo or Guglielmo. I'll get it right. A retired staff sergeant with the U.S. Army was killed after an unidentified woman shot him in front of the Supercenter in North Lauderdale, Florida, just after 12:30 p.m. Tuesday. The Broward Sheriff's Office said the 62-year-old D. Guglielmo and the female shooter were embroiled in a verbal altercation over a parking space before the altercation turned deadly. By the way, that is not what the stand your ground rule is for.
I don't think so.
It is not a parking spot at Walmart. The woman claimed that she shot D. Guglielmo in self-defense. That is not self-defense.
No.
Parking spot is not self-defense.
Just find a different spot and
That's
hoof it to the door. You're fine.
That's right. You can walk. You're good. Witnesses recalled the woman becoming hysterical as police investigated the shooting. I was walking up and heard a lady screaming, David Anderson told CBS News Miami. She was screaming and she was saying a lot of things. Video shared on social media captured that, and social media captured the alleged dispute as a woman wearing a white shirt stepped out of her car with a gun in her hand and talking back to a man believed to be Di Guglielmo. wearing a gray shirt who had walked up on her. The two shoppers repeatedly pointed at each other during the argument, and at one point, the man put both his arms in the air as they stood in an empty parking lot, or in an empty parking space, rather. Not an empty parking lot, but an empty parking space. In fact, I have a still picture here I can show you if I can get these fun ads to close around it. Essentially, that's what it looked like.
Yeah, looks like a standoff.
Now, does he look like he's up on her or threatening her in any way?
No, he's just standing there.
Right. And she's got the gun drawn.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
Yeah. Completely nuts.
Yeah, and I did see the video, and it's horrifying.
Video is disturbing, to say the least. DiGuglielmo appears to follow the woman around another car as she aims the gun at him before a single gunshot rings out and he collapses to the ground. The gunshot victim, in fact, at one point, he walks away. In fact, here's the still of him walking away.
And then she shoots him.
Then she shoots him. That's not standing your ground.
No.
If anything, when he starts to walk away, put your gun away.
Yeah.
You're done. Confrontation's done.
Insanity over.
Yep. DiGuglielmo appears to follow the woman around another car as she aims the gun at him before a single gunshot rings out and he collapses to the ground. The gunshot victim was transported to a local hospital where he was later pronounced dead. DiGuglielmo's sister described her brother as a decorated veteran during Operation Desert Storm. A native of, I believe it is Hamilton, New Jersey, DiGuglielmo served as a combat nurse, combat medic, and tactical communications expert. He was a Christian man and a very good person and would not hurt anyone, the sibling whose name was not revealed said. DiGuglielmo, who lived in Lauderhill, Florida, was also a retired nurse. Officials have withheld the name of the woman. The Broward County State Attorney's Office will determine if she will be charged following the police investigation. I think she should be.
Yeah, I agree.
What reason do you have to shoot somebody over a parking space?
No, that is unjustifiable.
Yeah, there's no excuse. It's a parking space. Go find another one. It's unacceptable. All right, on to funnier stories.
Yes, please make me laugh. Come on, Tim.
Come on, monkey dance.
That's what I'm here for.
Here's an interesting story. Instant karma on this one, Jess. A suspect has his vehicle stolen while burglarizing a store in Howard County.
There you go. This is what I'm here for.
And we go to Howard County, Maryland, where in a twist of poetic justice, an Odenton man managed to have his own car stolen while he was busy allegedly burglarizing a business right across the street.
I love karma. Karma's my favorite.
Maybe you should have stolen something in a better neighborhood.
Yeah.
Police were responding to a stolen vehicle report last Thursday morning when a burglary was reported just minutes later at a Verizon store across the street on Baltimore National Pike. Officers began to connect the dots after noticing blood on the store's window, as well as blood on the glasses of the man who reported his vehicle stolen. Whoops. When asked to show his hands, officers discovered blood on his hand and shirt and placed him then directly in handcuffs.
Oh, man.
Video posted by the department shows body cam footage of the man repeatedly denying being at the Verizon store, while surveillance footage allegedly shows him burglarizing it. There's some karma right there, dude, one officer can be heard saying before placing the suspect in the back of a police vehicle. The suspect was identified as 29-year-old Jalen Goddard and charged with burglary, theft, and destruction of property. Police have yet to release details about the suspect who stole the alleged burglar's vehicle. But I'm sure he's being hailed as a hero around the station house. I'm sure he got a pass. They were like, "Oh, you did that? Go
Yeah.
on."
When you find that guy, give him a pat on the back and send him on his way.
Mhm. They'll tell him, "Run along. You're fine." Our next story is about a taxi driver who fled a Southport attack, and he had his license stripped in the process. This takes place over in England. I always love the BBC's website because it moves so slowly. The taxi driver who fled the scene of the Southport stabbing attack waited 50 minutes before calling 999 and had his license stripped as a result. Whoopsie. Gary Poland had driven killer Axel, I believe it is Rudakaban, to the Heart Space Dance Studio on July 29th of 2024, where the 17-year-old walked into a Taylor Swift-themed dance workshop and began stabbing children at random.
Holy crap.
Yeah. Dashboard camera footage played to the public inquiry into the attack and showed how Poland drove away as screaming children streamed out of the building in what he described as being like a stampede for their lives. Sefton Council confirmed his taxi license has been since revoked because he did not meet the appropriate standards.
Wow.
Probably should have done something about that.
Yeah.
Alice De Silva Aguiar, 9, Elsie Dot Stancombe, 7, and BB King, 6, were killed while 8 other children and 2 adults were severely wounded. The Southport inquiry at Liverpool Town Hall last year heard how Ruda Cubana got out of Poland's taxi without paying after calling for a lift from near his home in Banks, West Lancashire, where he had given the false name of Simon. Poland followed the teenager and shouted that he needed to pay, but was ignored as Ruda Cubana made his way up a flight of stairs into the dance studios. As Poland drove away, he called a friend instead of the emergency services. So the guy didn't pay and he called a friend?
Weird.
Yeah. The inquiry heard he even collected another fare and dropped the customer off before speaking to his wife and finally deciding to call 999 when he arrived home at 12:36.
What?
He didn't do anything about this.
Yeah.
Poland, who gave evidence via video link, told the inquiry he went into panic mode and believed there had been a shooting. In his statement to the inquiry, he said, "I regret not helping the children. Their screams were harrowing, and I can still hear them when I think back to that day." So he went straight coward. And
That's not cool.
yeah. Poland was quizzed about the conditions of the taxi license handed out by Sefton Council, which states that drivers are in a good position to help keep children and young people safe. The conditions go on to state, if, of course, you feel a child or young person is in serious danger of immediate harm, you should call the emergency police telephone number 999. Poland agreed with Nicholas Moss, KC, counsel to the inquiry, that the guidance was common sense. The inquiry heard that Poland's failure to call 999 immediately did not result in significant delay because dance class teacher Leanne Lucas was able to make a call herself moments after the attack began, despite being critically injured by multiple stab wounds. So the teacher who is dying was able to get on the phone and make the call, but the taxi driver who was just out a few bucks couldn't be bothered until 12:36.
That's crazy.
That's nuts. Chris Walker, director of serious inquiry at law firm Bond Turner, said the 3 bereaved families he represented welcomed the decision to revoke Poland's license as a necessary step towards securing individual accountability for those whose actions fell below the standards the public should expect. So there you go. All right. I'm trying to remember if we read this story or not, but it's so funny, I'm going to read it again.
All right.
We go to New Hampshire, where a man is arrested in New Hampshire for riding a unicycle capable of going 93 miles per hour.
Do you remember a unicycle story where he was like
There was
That
a
was
guy.
his getaway car or something.
Well, we read a story about a guy who was drunk on a unicycle. I remember that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
But
know. Did we read this one?
see, this one is dated. I think we did read this one.
Well, let's hear it. I don't remember. I mean, maybe it'll jar my memory.
Massachusetts man is accused of running from police in New Hampshire on an electric unicycle. See, I think we did.
I don't remember it being electric, but it's possible it was.
Rochester police said they got a call on Sunday from someone weaving in and out of traffic on South Main Street in Rochester, New Hampshire. Officers eventually found the subject and said that he did not stop when they tried to question him. After chasing him, police said they arrested Michael Grillo Jr. See, the name sounds familiar.
How far do you really think you're getting on the run from the cops on a unicycle?
It's electric, boogie, oogie, oogie. And it goes 93 miles an hour.
I mean, that's terrifying. Can you imagine going 93 miles an hour on a seat up in the air on one wheel?
Right. On one wheel.
What?
93 miles an hour.
No, and in my brain, I imagine it's a super tall one, and I know it's not. But in my brain, he's like
Right.
riding a clown unicycle from the surface.
I see that too. He's like 12 feet in the air going 93 miles an hour. He's not wearing a helmet. And
There's so many shades of unsafe.
And he hits a pebble, right?
Yeah, it's all over.
And he goes flying like 100 feet.
Oh.
And he gets suspended by like an electric wire, like 25 feet in the air.
I mean, really, who among us who's not a clown tries to get away on a unicycle?
Or an acrobat.
Yeah, or an acrobat.
Or an acrobat. Police say the unicycle he was riding can reach speeds of up to 93 miles per hour. They didn't say he got there.
Okay.
But that he could. That's like saying you could fly up to 10,000 feet. But you didn't.
Right.
I think they were just hoping he would. They're like, let's give him a lot of rope. Let's see how far he can go.
Yeah. Can you imagine being just a motorist and that's what you see weaving in and out of traffic around you?
Let him go. Let him go.
You're cheering him on. Yeah.
Go, buddy, go. Go, buddy, go. That I live for stuff like that. Just to see a guy
No.
trying to get away on him.
Why can't that happen to me on my way home someday? Just coming through the city and police chase with a unicycle. Best day ever.
Mm-hmm. You know what would be even better? Police chase a monkey on a unicycle.
Oh, Tim. Yes.
My work is done.
That's it.
Yep. That's it. Monkey with a bag of money.
Yeah.
He's just like trying to get away.
Go, monkey, go.
I could watch that for hours.
Yeah, I could too.
I just sit there and watch. Be so happy.
So we just need to get a monkey and train it how to ride a unicycle.
Mhm.
Start a YouTube channel.
And occasionally the monkey throws the money. Just a little bit of money out. Just so that
Everybody wins.
Yeah. People get a taste of the money.
Love it.
I could watch that for hours. I'm a simple man, really, Jess.
I'm a simple woman right there with you, Tim.
I have kind of a bittersweet story for this next story, Jeff.
Okay.
Let me tell you the harrowing tale of a Ford worker who was fired over $1.95 cookie theft that he never did.
Oh.
You ever been accused of something you never did?
Probably.
And it was so petty that you just want to punch somebody's lights out. Let me tell you about this Ford worker. He's a UAW member who had worked 11 years at the Ford factory that builds the best-selling Super Duty pickup trucks in Louisville, Kentucky. He was fired from his job by Ford Motor Company over alleged non-payment for a $1.95 grandma's chocolate chip cookie.
Ooh, those are good.
They are good, but the reason why he got it is going to piss you off even more. And I can relate. This is according, by the way, to exclusive interviews with Shifting Gears. Here's what he had to say. My direct supervisor came to get me and said, we need to go to the office. I asked, what's going on? He said, I don't know. And we sat in the labor office for like half an hour waiting. Then the union bargainer came in. He says, this is bad. And I'm like, bad? I haven't done anything. The bargainer says, they're going to terminate you. They got you on video stealing a cookie, recalled 60-year-old Kurt Crom, who averaged 60 hours a week at Ford in 2025. I earned over $200,000 last year. Why would I steal? I spent $1,200 last year in the canteen, mainly on Diet Cokes, said Crom, who, by the way, is diabetic.
Oh, gosh.
Right. The video captured on a red screen on the payment kiosk rather than a green check mark, or the video captured a red screen on the payment kiosk rather than a green check mark that reflects payment, Crom said. I said, there are two kiosks in the break room. It either went through on that one or the other one. Over the past 7 weeks, Crom had been accused of stealing, escorted out of the factory by security, told that his paperwork proving innocence required a notary signature, told his case was under review by Ford, and then offered his job back, working his original shift from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Oh.
Yeah. Crom found work elsewhere, by the way, with a pay raise and closer to home. He basically told Ford to shove it.
Well, there you go. The universe works in strange ways.
But he's angry about the unfairness of it all. I would be too.
Well, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. He says, I'm thinking this is the way my career at Ford Motor is going to end. There's no way I'm coming back. First, you tell me I'm a thief. Then you tell me I'm a liar, but saying I didn't steal or for saying I didn't steal. They were so confident I'd stolen. And then I look in my checking account statement and the $1.95 is frickin' there.
Oh, my gosh.
So he did pay for the cookie.
Yeah.
He can prove he paid for the cookie.
Fair and square. That's his grandma cookie.
Yep. Shifting Gears reached out to Ford on Thursday, June 25th, to ask whether the automaker would be reviewing its protocol for firing or investigating the integrity of Aramark payment kiosks, which vended the cookie. False accusations of theft and how a longtime employee can be fired over a cookie. Ford spokeswoman Jessica Enoch said, we don't talk about individual cases, of course. But there are times when we look into things and realize it could have been handled differently. When that happens, we try to rectify it. We value our employees and want to be fair as possible. Bullshit.
Yeah, really.
The Kentucky truck plant, which employs more than 8,000 workers who build the Super Duty Ford Expedition SUV and Lincoln Navigator SUV, is a financial powerhouse that generates $25 billion a year in revenue.
What? And they're doing this over a $1.29 cookie?
$1.95, Jess.
Oh, pardon me.
But, you know, they're generating $25 billion in revenue.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But, you know, guy shows up to work every day, puts in a hard day's work, 12-hour days. He's a diabetic. $1,200 a year in Cokes, Diet Cokes.
That is astounding right there.
Yeah. Keep himself going.
Yeah.
It's one cookie because he's having a sugar fit.
Yeah.
Pays for it. The kiosk reads it wrong.
And he gets fired.
All this happens to $1.95. Sugar fit. He's innocent. What does Ford do? Oh, he can't do nothing. He goes out and gets a different job, right?
Yeah.
I say he takes this to the highest court in the land, the Supreme Court. No, I'm just kidding. I think there should be some restitution. Mind you, not the $1.95 for the cookie. I think they should.
Yeah.
I think he should get something out of this. I mean, just for the Just for the
The pain and suffering. Yeah. And like, think about this. This is what we were just talking about with the self-driving car, where you can't trust technology. So
Yeah.
here you have a kiosk that you're self-checkout, and it got someone fired because it was wrong.
That's right.
Hmm.
And day in and day out, this man proved his loyalty to this company. Worked himself to the bone. Never questioned anything. And this company calls him on the carpet over a $1.95 cookie.
Hands him. Hands him over it.
Yep, can him over it.
Not even like a slap on the wrist or, like a warning.
Nope. They're going to let him
Fired.
go for $1.95.
That's bad.
They didn't even give him the chance to pay it back. I mean, wouldn't you just say, can we just have the $1.95 back?
Yeah. Can we just make this square and go on with our lives?
Like maybe it was a mistake. Maybe you went to pay it and it didn't go through.
Yeah.
Like give him the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, this is crazy. This is a crazy story.
That's a crazy story, isn't it? Want an even crazier story?
Yes.
Let's talk about a pilot who was bitten by a bat after a swarm invaded his Sheraton hotel room.
Oh, no, that's a nightmare.
It's cost him over $100,000 in rabies shots. He now has a
That
law.
how much rabies shots cost?
Is did, and now it's
Dude.
now it's in a lawsuit in court.
Was that not covered by insurance?
We will find out.
Oh my goodness.
This hotel stay really bites. A California pilot was awoken in the middle of the night by a swarm of bats invading his hotel room, only to later realize one of the winged beasts had bitten him, costing him over $100,000 for rabies shots, according to a lawsuit. The commercial aviator, whose name is being withheld to protect his job, was staying at the Sheraton Denver Downtown Hotel on August 29th while in town for a work training when the batty incident unfolded, according to the Denver suit. The pilot, who's a 46-year-old married father of one, woke up around 2:30 in the morning to commotion, a lawyer said. Oh my gosh. There's a picture here saying multiple bats invaded the hotel room where a pilot was staying in Denver. One of the critters bit him. Here they are in the corner of the hotel room.
I would die. That's so creepy.
How does a bat get into a hotel room?
And not just one, like
multiple.
a swarm of them.
Yes. What are they, vampire bats? Imagine you're sleeping in a hotel room and you wake up to see bats flying around. That's scary, attorney Edward Lemania told the Post. He heard them flying around and he woke up and then he saw them flying around, Lemania said. The pilot notified hotel maintenance staff who removed the pest, but didn't offer to relocate him to another room. So he had to still stay in the room.
No.
No way. He noticed there was a hole in the room's air conditioning unit, which appeared to provide access for the bats to enter the room. So he shoved a towel to close up the opening, the court documents claim. The exhausted dad finally fell asleep and later awoke to see a single bat was still lurking in the room near the top of the window curtains. And he was pissed.
Yeah.
He wanted revenge for the other bats. Animal control was called in to remove the last bat. The workers informed the pilot that several of the fanged critters in the area had tested positive for rabies and told him to get treated immediately, according to the suit and Lemania. The aviator later discovered he had been bitten on his foot. He had to get a series of rabies shots near his home in Anaheim, costing him over $100,000 in medical bills, according to the suit and his attorneys. The father was left terrified of getting rabies and leaving behind his wife to be a single mom. I don't think rabies kills you immediately, does it?
It's pretty much completely lethal.
Really?
I think there's been like one case of someone who survived it. So yeah, it's It's
Really?
serious. Yeah. They say even if you're in the proximity of a bat and it's anywhere near you, you should go get rabies shots because if you get rabies, you're going to die. And their bites are so tiny, their teeth are so like they're like needles that you may not even notice that you've been bit.
I can't tell you how many times I swept a bat out of my place in Winona when I was there. I mean,
You're lucky.
we just knocked them out of the windows and swept them
I
out of
would
the.
say, yeah, most bats probably don't have rabies, but you just don't know.
Huh.
But yeah, rabies is totally lethal.
Interesting. So I might have survived rabies many times.
You're a miracle.
I'm a miracle kid.
I'm serious. I think there's only one case of someone surviving it.
Maybe there's two. Uh, huh. The lawyer, you taught me something today, Jess. The lawyer said his client had trouble sleeping in the hotel room or in hotel rooms rather after the horrifying ordeal, which became detrimental to his job as a pilot, in which overnight stays are a necessity. Every time he goes to his hotel rooms, he's always a little nervous. He's always looking around, looking for openings, trying to find out any way for any type of animal to get into his room. Should be looking for ways for hookers to get into his room. I mean, that could happen too, but you never know.
And you could also get diseases from them.
That's right. You can get diseases from hookers too, but you never see that happening. I mean, strange hookers don't just end up showing up in your room either. But that could happen. I mean, you could have a rabid hooker show up in your room.
I think I'd rather have a bat. That's just me.
Yeah. The pilot did engage in settlement talks with Sheraton's parent company, Marriott International, but they offered a paltry sum to get him to go away. That's the quote, stating that these types of things happen at no one's fault, the lawyer claims. Yeah, it's no one's fault. The bat just shows up, for the complimentary buffet. Or happy hour at the bar.
Yeah. Either way.
The pilot just wants to be compensated for his medical bills and for the traumatic incident, his lawyer explained. We tried to be fair with Marriott, but they were unwilling to cooperate with us, he said. Marriott did not immediately return a request for comment, stating they had a banquet to get ready for it. So they didn't have the time.
I did have to look it up. There have been, throughout reported history, maybe a couple dozen people who have survived rabies ever. So, but yeah, it's almost 100. Oh, yeah, you might be one of them, but it's almost 100% lethal if you don't get the shots.
I'll count myself. I've swung more brooms at bats than I can count. Yeah. So there you go. All right. It's time now for Not Safe for Work. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to keep your kids away from some of these stories, you probably want to put a broom in their hand, have them go find a bat. Same with your boss. If you want to keep them away from some of these stories, put a broom in their hand, tell them to go find a bat. We'll start these stories in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. We'll start it off with a drunk man who's banned from having any booze after launching a flapjack at a police officer's genitals. I can't think of a better way to start a post 4th of July fireworks celebration than launching a flapjack at a police officer's
That took a series of turns I wasn't expecting.
Right.
Started with the flapjack and then the genitals.
Well, there's also the not being able to drink booze as a result. And this is a guy, if I may, who looks like he probably needs to dry out after launching fried pastry products at a police officer's dick. I'm just saying.
When you put it that way, Tim.
Yeah. I have colorful language skills. That's why I'm here. A violent drunkard has been slapped with a booze ban after hurling a flapjack at a police officer's privates, having already missed his target with a pot noodle while in custody.
Pot noodle?
Yeah, he tried it with pot noodle. The ramen.
Oh my goodness. So I kind of joke with my kids when they've been naughty. I always say 30 lashes with a wet noodle.
My mom says that as well. So
Really? Oh my gosh, of course.
yeah.
That's so funny. But yeah, so he actually tried to hit someone with wet noodles.
Yeah, he tried to hit the officer's noodle with a wet noodle.
It was a violent attack.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how violent. Kristen Naylor was taken to a police station following an assault on his father, during which he managed to land a punch on a dog. Does
Wow.
this Mad Libs to you?
Yes, it does. And his name is Naylor, which is even funnier.
Naylor,
He's
you brought her.
swinging at everything.
Yeah. The 29-year-old was brought before a judge at Bolton Crown Court and received a 3-month drinking ban. This does sound like Mad Libs.
It's definitely comedy at its finest.
Prosecutor Katie Lord explained that Naylor's father, John, had been staying at his mother's house after undergoing surgery. Defendant Naylor was also there, left after about an hour, returning in a very drunk state. Instead of maybe helping him out. I don't know. An argument ensued between the pair. John declared that he had had enough and attempted to leave with his 2 dogs, stating he knew what the defendant was like in drink, reported the Manchester Evening News. Naylor pursued John, demanding to give him his dog back. He tried to grab one of the leads before pressing his forehead against his dad's, insisting to give him his dog back. Naylor then started throwing punches at his father's head. Yikes.
Oh my goodness.
It's a little...
Very violent.
Yeah, but a little violent. John retreated, crossing the street and asking a neighbor to mind the dogs. Naylor then threatened his dad. "If you touch my dog, I'll kill you," he said. Naylor continued to tail John and began to punch him numerous times, causing him to tumble. During the attack, which lasted approximately 45 seconds, John begged his son to let him stand up. Oh my God.
Wow.
By the way, Jess, this is what pot noodle looks like. It's ramen.
Oh, yeah, a little cup of noodles.
A little cup of noodles. Ms. Lord stated that one of the dogs was caught by Naylor during the assault. Officers were summoned and a constable, identified in court solely as PC Shepherd, responded to the scene. Naylor declared, "I could make your life hell."
He already is, obviously.
Right. Well, you made me come over here. So, yeah, you pretty much are right now. Naylor proved obstructive while being placed into a van and transported to custody. Once at the station, he was provided with a pot noodle and a flapjack. That sounds like a horrible lunch.
It sounds like the lunch he deserves.
That sounds
honestly.
like the most least protein you can be provided in a lunch. A
Yeah,
pot noodle and a flapjack.
it's just carbs.
It is. It's. By the way, that sounds like a great restaurant concept. Just carbs.
I'd eat there. I love carbs.
Just carbs.
Bread, cookies, cake.
Yeah,
I guess they call that a bakery.
they do. Yeah. Welcome to Just Carbs. Can I get you I don't know, a breadstick and a cookie? Can I get you a flapjack and a pot noodle?
Pot noodle.
He hurled the instant noodle snack towards the officer, but failed to make contact. So he kind of knew what it was like to be Kirk Cousins. I got to get my Kirk Cousins joke.
Oh, the officer dipped, dived. How did they say it in dodgeball? If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
That's right. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. If you can dodge a pot noodle, you can dodge a ball. Before launching the flapjack, which struck the officer in the genitals, causing what he described as a sharp and immediate pain. Are you kidding me? You got
Are we
hit.
talking about a pancake here? Like,
How old was the flapjack that you went, oh,
sharp pain?
sharp pain from a
I mean,
flapjack?
any pain at all.
Right.
Was there a brick in the flapjack? Like,
How
it's a
sensitive,
pancake.
how sensitive is your ball bag that a flapjack caused any pain whatsoever?
That's crazy.
You need to go to a doctor if that hurt.
I really want to go throw pancakes at my husband and see what he cries.
That kind of sounds like foreplay, to be honest with you. Throwing pancakes at your ball bag. Here,
To know if this hurts.
put some Aunt Jemima on it. Let's see what happens.
See if it sticks. My kids are like, Mom, what's happening?
Leave us alone, children. This is how you were born.
So wrong. Seriously. Pancake hurts your balls? Come on. This is why if men were in charge of reproducing, like actually giving birth, the world would end.
Pretty much.
Oh.
Yeah. I think
I don't know who I'm more disgusted with, the guy beating his dad or the officer who's like, my balls. Pancake.
I love your reenactment of the officer. Ow, my balls. Judge Kendrick Horn remarked, I think he also felt sick.
Made
The officer.
Oh my gosh, this guy. I cannot.
Naylor's defense barrister, Richard Bridgen, chose not to present mitigation for his client following the judge's indication of the probable sentence.
How I'm just so confused. Do we not understand what a flapjack is? Like, is it a hammer?
Maybe it's
What's a flapjack?
It's lost in translation. let me put it into the old Google to make sure we're understanding this correctly.
With sharp pains, and it made him like he almost threw up. I feel like we don't understand what a flapjack is.
Okay, it says here a flapjack is a chewy baked oat bar popular in the UK. It still is a baked product. It's still
not that hard.
This is a flapjack.
It looks like a coffee cake. I'm sorry, if you threw a coffee cake at me, even a whole coffee cake.
It's made from rolled oats, butter, brown sugar, and golden syrup. It sounds delicious. And
it does. I'm actually hungry now.
Could have dried fruit or nuts in it.
Oh, maybe it was extra nutty.
It is distinct from the American pancake, which is also called a flapjack. So it's technically, Jess, it's. I think it's a little dried. It might have a little weight to it, but not a lot. I mean, it's got a little weight to it, but not a lot.
Yeah.
So if you did put a little speed behind it, maybe you got a little bit of an arm on you.
Maybe this guy needs to be playing baseball.
Maybe
somebody recruit him, bring him on to the Twins.
Twins could use an extra pitcher. Yeah. Although, if you do start throwing pancakes at the hubby's balls, call me. I need to film this.
Videotape it. Everyone needs to see it. We get like really famous on like some alternative porn website.
Put that stuff on OnlyFans. See if you can sell that. Yeah. So I think you got a winner there. Just slather them up in Aunt Jemima and throw pancakes at it. See.
Would you pay $5 a month to watch me throw pancakes at my husband's balls?
Email me. Tim@darknessradio.com. Let's take the tally and see. Take the tally, almost a tallywhacker. Let's see. Let's take a vote. Now, I'm going to get comments from guys. It depends on what Jess is wearing.
Well, a leather G-string, obviously.
Oh,
Lord.
See. All right, on to the next story.
I hope my dad isn't listening to this.
Oh, my dad isn't listening to this. My dad will be like, I didn't. What? I should have beat you
What's
more.
wrong with you kids? We didn't raise you like this.
My dad's like, I should have brought the belt out more. I just
Yeah,
didn't
we
do it.
clearly needed to have more flapjacks thrown at our balls when we were kids.
Yeah. What?
No, I don't know what's happening anymore.
That goes back to the child abuse story from knowing
Oh,
me. If
man.
someone would have been throwing flapjacks at my balls, I would have been catching them in my mouth. They would have never hit my balls.
Flapjacks or the balls?
Not the flapjacks. I'd have been like a small puppy dog. I would have been catching them.
I'm crying. I'm laughing so hard.
There wasn't a lot of food in our house. I would have been like, flapjacks. Yeah, I would have thought it was treat time. We go to Kampala for our next story. Yes, we're going overseas. Did you know there's such a thing as a counterfeit toilet paper ring?
Oh, what?
Yes, counterfeit toilet paper. Folks, have we gotten to the point where toilet paper has gotten this expensive?
So what do you get instead? You can't wipe with it?
Oh, no, it's toilet paper, but it's counterfeit toilet paper.
So
It'd be
it's not Charmin. It's like, it says Charmin on the outside, but it's like scratchy, off-brand generic.
oh, I don't know. Maybe it's just as soft, but it's a different name. I don't know.
Oh.
Oh, it's fine. Maybe. I don't know. Instead of Charmin, it's Charmant. I don't know. I don't know. Yes, counterfeit toilet paper has been seized in a Kampala operation. 4 have been arrested. The UNBS has urged members of the public to remain vigilant and report suspicious products, saying the fight against counterfeit goods requires cooperation between regulators, manufacturers, and containers.
Can you imagine calling the police? I think I have counterfeit toilet paper.
I've got counterfeit butt wipe.
I need an officer here right away.
Can you imagine the cops laughing at you and hanging up? I've got counterfeit ass wipe. You need to get here immediately.
What do I know? Well, it scratched my butthole.
I've got hemorrhoids now from it. You need to get here immediately.
It's not soft.
Not at all. In fact, I think it's tree bark in plastic.
Oh.
By the way, the suspects were identified as Edie Waluwu, Robert Baruhanga, Wycliffe Tusame. Sounds like the new Fugees is what it sounds like.
I want that to be my new pen name, Waluhu.
Yeah, well, by all means, take it.
I like it.
Waluhu. UNBS said they are part of a network accused of supplying substandard paper products to markets across the city. Evidently, it's a big problem.
It's
there.
single ply, not double ply like it says on the outside of the package.
Your finger just
You're wiping and you put your finger right through it.
Substandard butt wipe. That's the name of my new album, by the way. Oh, you gotta love it. Here's the, if you'd like a little bit of a description of the scene when they arrived on the scene, this is worth the price of admission right here, Jeff. According to Sarah Nantango, who is a UNBS surveillance officer, they have them.
Mm-hmm.
Toilet paper does not meet the standards set by UNBS in 2006. They set a standard, by the way.
Wow.
We condemn this act because it is dangerous to human health. She said, we found these people packing unlabeled toilet paper, some of which was already on sale in Kikumbo stores. This is very dangerous. She said the UNBS has established standards governing the safety, composition, and quality of toilet paper, which she suspects they allegedly failed to meet. But they just rolled up on the scene and they're packing substandard toilet paper into plastic containers.
At least they had toilet paper. I feel like I'm having all these thoughts of my childhood when we'd run out of toilet paper and my dad would be like, well, there's a magazine in there. There's old newspaper in there. Like, figure it out.
By the way, if you ever want to see what a toilet paper bust looks like, that's pretty much it right there. They got them face down with a pallet full of substandard toilet paper.
This is amazing. I love this story so much. And this is like serious. They're like they look like military wear.
Oh yeah. They're in on the whole deal there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you imagine going to prison and everyone's like, what are you in for? Well, I stabbed my brother. I killed the guy down the street. Counterfeit toilet paper.
They're sitting around. I am here because I killed a man. Another guy goes, I am here because I set my village on fire. The third guy goes, I am here because I have illegal toilet paper. I am here because I am trying to give everyone hemorrhoids.
And they're all mad because they know. If you think if you think you're buying double ply and you get single ply, that is a crime.
Wait a minute. You're the one that caused me to poke my own ass when I was trying to wipe off the shit off my own butt. You're the one?
Yeah.
That's right, brother.
It's going to be a hard prison sentence for that guy.
Yep. It's going to be a hard time in jail right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got to get hit with the fire hose a bunch of times by guards.
Ooh. These stories are good, Tim. I'm laughing I'm like, what's in my glass here? Is this water or vodka? Because I can't stop laughing.
Giggle water today.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thought that was rough. You ready for this one? This is the epitome of a dumb criminal. I found the epitome today. An upstate New York man has hired a hitman to kill his FBI agents, his prosecutor, and feed them into a wood chipper.
Oh, okay.
An upstate New York man jailed on federal child pornography charges is accused of...
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It's strong. He went to the hole on this one.
Wow.
So he's jailed on child pornography charges, and he goes, you know what? Round them all up.
He's like, I saw this in a movie once. It worked on Fargo.
That's right. He's like, consider me Denzel in Training Day. I got all these motherfuckers locked. You ready? Put a hitman on him. Put a hitman on him. Put a hitman on him. He decided he was going to put a hitman on 2 FBI agents and a federal prosecutor from jail.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. He wanted the hitman to kill him, feed them into a wood chipper, and send a video of it all, according to prosecutors.
Wow. That's a big request.
He had big plans.
Not only do I want you to do it, but I want you to create an incriminating video of you doing it and then let me have it in prison.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and share that with me.
I want to show it to all the inmates. You know what? In fact, we're going to watch it right after dinner, right after we were in mess. I'm going to put it on the big video screen. Me and all the guards, we're going to watch it. We're going to have a good laugh.
Yeah. Don't worry. You'll be fine. You're not going to get in trouble. No one will ever know it's you.
How old do you think this idiot is?
Old enough to know better, I've got to think.
He's 23 years old.
Oh, kind of a baby.
Yes. Aaron Corey, who's 23 years old, of Albany, has been charged with attempted murder for hire, solicitation of a crime of violence, and obstruction of justice. That, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Northern District of New York, a federal criminal complaint unsealed Tuesday alleges Corey sent multiple letters to another inmate seeking help hiring someone to steal electronic devices the FBI sees as evidence in his pending child pornography case and to kill the 2 FBI special agents and the assistant U.S. attorney assigned to prosecute him. According to the complaint, Corey directed that the victims be kidnapped, killed, and put through a wood chipper. He also instructed that the inmate destroy the letters by flushing them down a toilet to eliminate evidence.
And the inmate's like, I'm just going to go ahead and hand this over to someone. Hey guys, look what I got.
Yeah. Guess what? I have nothing to do with this. Here, here, you take this. You take this, Mr. FBI guy. Guess what? They're trying to kill you. Prosecutors allege that Corey wanted the killings recorded on video and sold on gore websites and the messaging platform Telegram. So he wanted it out there.
Wow. So he went from child porn to murder porn.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Big plans. Big plans. He wants to
So
be
he's basically like a movie producer, honestly. I mean, like,
he's like the Harvey Weinstein of gore porn. Yeah. I mean, I know a bad example, but
yeah, no, I think it's actually perfectly appropriate, Tim.
okay, good.
It works.
Yeah. After the federal prosecutor originally assigned to the case left the U.S. Attorney's office for another job, Corey updated his plans. Oh, you got to be fluid in this situation.
That's right.
Right. He updated his plans to target the prosecutor who took over the case. So he's like, just because the original is gone, my vendetta continues.
Yeah.
Right. Corey also claimed in the letters that he was part of 764, which is an online extremist group that authorities say targets children and promotes child sexual abuse material and violent content. So he's a great guy.
Oh, can we
That's
just
right.
drop a bomb on all those people?
Yeah. Yeah. Bury him under the jail. So, ladies, he's single. He may not be, but he's single. Yeah.
He's 23. That's someone's kid. Like his parents are like my age.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
He's one to be proud of.
Yeah.
Yeah. The inmate who received the letters turned them right over to his attorney, who contacted the FBI. He was like, and here.
Yeah. It's like, I don't want anything to do with this.
Right. Can I get time off my sentence now? Investigators had the inmate provide Corey with the phone number of an undercover law enforcement officer who posed as a hitman at that point. So they're like, let's really get this guy, Juana. He's like, yes, let's really get this guy.
Just nail him.
Yeah. Corey offered $200 up front, $5,000 total to steal his electronic devices from the FBI, another $500 up front. And where did he get all this money being in jail?
Yeah, but also that's not enough to put someone through a wood chipper. It's a lot of work.
Well,
Wouldn't put your wood through a wood chipper for $500, Tim.
well, that's just up front though, Jess.
Oh, okay.
It was $200 up front, $5,000 total to steal the electronic devices, $500 up front, $30,000 to kill the two FBI agents, and the prosecutor.
30,000?
30,000. So 35,000 total to do the entire job.
Huh.
He must
That's
be
a lot
getting
of money.
He must be getting back by 764 to do all this.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said, he's like a producer and he's got his executive producers over here backing his project.
That's right. Corey spoke with the undercover officer several times, arranged for his fiance who lives overseas to send the down payments, which investigators said she did. Whoopsie.
Ooh, did her too.
Yep. Corey was arraigned before U.S. Magistrate Judge Daniel J. Stewart in Albany and remains in pre-trial detention. If convicted on the new charges, Corey faces a maximum sentence of 50 years in prison, a fine of $750,000, and up to 5 years of supervised release. That's if he ever makes it out. Any sentence would be determined by a federal judge. Corey originally, by the way, was in jail after being charged with receipt of child pornography in February 2026. That crime carries a sentence of 5 to 20 years for first offense. State police found child pornography images on his phone when he was arrested by troopers in December of 2025 on a drug charge. So, fine, upstanding young man.
Well, he's just a bad person.
He's got issues, I say, issues. A couple more than our palate cleanser for today. This story Let's see if this one comes up. Let's see here. Is an unusual one. This is a story, I believe it's Taneytown, of sometimes when a story gets out there, Jess, it gets blown out of proportion, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're driving a van and it's a white van and somebody hears you have candy, you really don't want it to get misconstrued that you're the guy driving the van with the candy and the free candy at that.
Yeah.
You want to be misconstrued that you're the guy with the candy and the free candy in the van and that you're really not that way, right? So here's what happened in Taneytown. There's a Taneytown candy scare that happened, and it took an unexpected turn after the man in the white van called the police on himself for being the man in the white van with the free candy.
He's like, it's me. I'm the problem.
I'm the problem. It's me, officer. Every parent's heart skipped a beat when they heard that there's a man in a van with free candy, even though he called himself in. Are you ready for this story?
Yeah, I want to know what he was doing in a white van with free candy.
We all did for a short time. Believe me, we all did. A report of children running from a man offering candy from a white van sent a Maryland community scrambling on Tuesday, triggering a viral police alert that ended just hours later with an unexpected phone call from the very man investigators were trying to find. This just sounds weird.
So weird.
The scare unfolded around noon on June 30th in the Cambridge court, or in the area of Cambridge Court in Taneytown, where police were called after children reported an older man in a white work or camper style van offering them candy before driving away when the kids ran. This is every stereotype come to life, right?
It's like, no, come back. I have free candy and puppies.
There's a puppy back here too. You want to pet the puppy? And believe it or not, here's the police alert right here on X or on Facebook. It says driver identified. An update with more information will be shared later. And here it is right here.
Oh, I would freak out. Yes, as a parent.
Yeah. There's the white van, right?
Yeah.
Right. And you're like, oh my God, it's a white van and he's offering candy. Right. And then meanwhile, there's a bunch of fat boys out there going, candy, free candy in a van. I'd be over there going, whoa, free candy.
I love candy.
Yeah, I love candy. Fearing the worst, officers rushed to investigate and ask neighbors to check doorbell cameras while sharing photos of a lookalike van across social media. By late afternoon, after the post had exploded, police announced that they had identified the driver. Wait a minute. I have something for this. So they had identified the driver. Oh, wait, no, that's not it. Oh, that's a verb. Oh, I think it's this one. No, it's not that one either. This one right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
We got him.
There you go.
Ladies, it only took 3 button pushes, but ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Ladies and gentlemen,
we got him.
We got him.
All right. How did they get him? Well, it's quite simple. You would think the community was persistent, right? Or a kid with a cell phone walked up and said, here he is. I found the guy with the candy.
Our housewife went out and hogtied him, called the police.
Right?
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Turns out he called himself. He called in. According to investigators, the older man saw the viral post, contacted the police department, identified himself, and agreed to an interview. He said, no, it's just me. I'm the one with the candy. Detectives verified he had been working on a nearby home and determined he had no criminal intent. The man admitted offering the children candy as he left the work site, police said, but he told investigators he never realized that the gesture would be misinterpreted. He's like, I'm just working here. And then I had some candy in I have a white van, sure, but I never thought we'd put 2 and 2 together and get 4.
I never realized how creepy that sounded.
Right. Rather than criticize anyone involved, police praised everyone. The children immediately ran and told their guardians. Their families called the police. Neighbors flooded social media with tips, and the man contacted investigators as soon as he realized that he was the focus of the search.
How horrible. Can you imagine being that guy and being like, oh, oops.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I was just working in the neighborhood and I happen to have some candy in my white.
When it hits you that everyone thinks you're a pedophile trying to kidnap children, I can't imagine how that feels.
And sure, my name happens to be Chester, but it's not Chester. No.
I'm just named after my grandfather. That's all.
Yes. Thank you. Oh, people. Oh, you were so sick. And just being a nice guy.
You can't even be nice anymore, Tim.
Oh, you can't just be nice and give some kids some candy while you're working in your white van.
You can't get away with being creepy anymore. It's really sad.
No, you can't. Right. I'm going to show you one final picture here, Jess. This is our final picture today. Before we get to our palate cleanser, here it is right here.
All right. She looks normal.
Normal enough.
I can't wait to hear what she's done. I'm sure it's terrible.
She looks like she's getting her hair cut, doesn't she?
Again, what is with that? Is that what they put them in when they take them in for like their mugshot? They're like, but first we're going to cut your hair. You're going to look fabulous.
She kind of looks like she probably getting one of those Jennifer Aniston cuts back in the night.
Yeah, little Shaggy Do.
Shaggy Do. Is that Scooby's kid? Shaggy. Yeah. We're making our final stop in Florida today, Jess.
Oh, I'm so excited. I love Florida.
I do too. A new trend in Florida today. This is how we end the program. By the way, this is the most texted story of the day.
Oh, it's going to be a good one.
Cops say a woman denied owning coke in her butt.
Oh, not mine. I don't know how that got there. I'm just holding it for him.
Perp claimed the drug was placed there during a sexual encounter.
Oh, that's a new kink I've never heard of.
Well, sometimes you just need to hold it in different places. Right. A Florida woman is denied ownership of the bag of cocaine that fell from her buttocks while being booked into custody and told jailers that the drug must have been placed there during an intimate encounter with an unnamed partner.
Must have been. I mean, I didn't even know it was there.
How did it get packed up there in the first place? That's what I want to know. And how do you do that? Right.
Oh.
It's just the imagination runs wild.
I just try not to think about it when you tell me stories, Tim.
According to an arrest report, a car being driven by 30-year-old Reagan Cox, and yes, her last name's Cox.
Reagan Cox.
Reagan Cox.
With a bag of coke up her ass. Okay.
Thank you. She's all of 30 years old. God bless her. Was spotted veering across a Brevard County highway around 6:40 a.m. on Saturday.
Wow.
Been up all night.
It's bright and early.
Bright and early. She wasn't up that early to go get pancakes at IHOP. I'll tell you that much. Flapjacks.
No flapjacks for her.
Upon being pulled over, Cox refused to exit her Nissan Altima, which smelled of burnt marijuana. Got to come down somehow, right? Cox, who cops say was slow and lethargic, was pulled from the vehicle after she refused to remove her seatbelt and tried to lock the car.
She's like, I have an idea.
Yeah.
I'm going to lock the doors. This will fix everything.
Yeah. You can't come in.
And then I'm going to cover my face because if I can't see them, they can't see me.
It's the John Cena move.
Yeah.
You can't see me. You can't see me. You can't arrest me. Cox cops say then tried to walk away as a deputy sought to search her. Whoa. I've never tried that.
Yeah.
we'd like to search you, ma'am. No, no, thank you. I gotta go. I gotta go. But I'll take a rain check. I will take a rain check on that search. You can search the car later. I'm just gonna drive away.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Gotta go. Gotta go. Got better things to do. Cox was arrested for resisting deputies, a misdemeanor, and transported to the local jail. A brief drive from a residence in Rockledge, which is a city on Florida's Space Coast. Which sounds like she was already in space. During the jail intake process, Cox had to pass through an X-ray scanner, which is used to spot contraband like weapons, phones, or drugs, or I don't know, something you may be holding in your ass. According to investigators, when jailers detected an anomaly in Cox's lower region, she was brought to a room where she was subsequently seen trying to cover her buttocks area with her hand.
Oh.
That's the first clue that maybe you're holding, is what they like to call it. Yeah. Upon moving her hand, a baggie containing 3.8 grams of coke.
Dang, girl.
Right. She was holed in. By the way, her last name is Cox. If she was holed in, she was
I can't.
Holden Cox. Thank you.
I thought that might be what you wanted me to say. I couldn't bring myself to say it.
All right. Thank you.
Holden Cox. Oh, there, I said it.
You said it. It fell from Cox's rear end. Thank you very much. That bag of Cox, bag of coke fell from Cox's rear end. See, I'm mixing up my naughty bits now.
It's very your naughty bits.
Naughty bits. Yes.
Very British of you.
Thank you. The coke fell from Cox's rear end. With the coke at her feet now, cops say Cox denied knowing anything about the drug. She speculated that somebody must have placed the narcotics inside her during a sexual encounter.
Huh. That's a bad encounter. If you didn't even know they stuck them there.
Pardon me. What was it? Nothing.
I feel like you'd notice. I don't know.
Nothing, darling. Continue.
A giant bag of coke being shoved up your butt.
How do you dismiss that, right? I mean, do you just... People just randomly shove things in you and you're like, whoa, what was nothing. Continue.
Carry on.
Carry on. By the way, would you drop that off at Mother's for me? I mean, what? You know, does that happen often? You know?
Not to me, but apparently to Miss Cox.
Mrs. Holden Cox.
Mrs. Holden Cox.
That happened to her often. That explanation, as it were, did not stop police from charging Cox with a second crime, introducing contraband into a correctional facility, which, by the way, is a felony. She eventually was released from custody after posting a $3,000 bond.
I hope she gets the help she needs.
Trying to get rid of the coke, or? Oh.
She sounds like her life is a train wreck. She claims to not know she has a bag up her butt.
Or who put it there?
No idea how that got there. It's more disturbing than the fact that it's there in the first place.
You just made me laugh so hard I'm hiccuping now.
I broke you. This whole last part of the episode has... I'm having an asthma attack. I can't breathe. I'm laughing too much.
In 2021, Cox was arrested for DUI after a cop pulled her over speeding in that Nissan sedan, by the way, and detected several indicators of intoxication. Cox, whose blood alcohol level was measured at nearly twice the state limit, pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor charge. She was sentenced to 6 months probation, fined around $1,100 in order to perform 20 hours of community service. I figured it out.
What?
Part of the 20 hours of community service is being a coke mule. That's why she's got coke up her butt.
Oh,
See, I
mystery solved.
Put it all together. I put it all together. The cops just don't know about it yet.
Yeah.
Once they figure it out, though, they'll get it straightened. All right. With that, we probably need a palate cleanser. I know Ms. Cox does. So, we'll figure it out for her.
I think her palate cleanser would be an enema, right?
Yeah, well, there's that. Yeah.
That's how you clean the coke out of your ass.
Yes. Probably a nice big fire hose. There's probably that. We've got two stories today. America in the past versus America now.
Okay.
We just got through the July 4th holiday. So we're going to compare America then and as it was when the Declaration was signed. America now, where we are in 2026. There's a story out there that a vanishingly rare copy of the U.S. Declaration of Independence was actually found by volunteers in a UK archive or the UK archives. And there's very few copies of in fact, one of 11 surviving copies of the Exeter printing. And only one known outside the U.S. was taken from an American privateer ship. For Michael Schur, a volunteer at the National Archives in Kew West, London, it was just a boring old Thursday morning when he sat down in late May to catalog a collection of documents from the British National Collection that had never been previously recorded in detail. As he opened a volume of 18th century Royal Navy correspondence, however, Schur unfolded a document whose opening words he recognized. The words were, in Congress, July 4, 1776, a declaration by the representatives of the United States of America. And then it went on. What Schur had found was a vanishingly rare copy of an early printing of the U.S. Declaration of Independence, just weeks before this weekend's 250th anniversary of its signing. He turned to his supervisor, who was sitting opposite, and said, "I think you should come and take a look at this." It was, he said, a really thrilling moment. The document is a copy of the so-called Exeter printing of the Declaration. It's one of just 11 copies to survive, and the only one known outside of the U.S. What makes it particularly remarkable, according to Graham Moore, a record specialist at the National Archives, is the amazingly complete story of how it came to be in the possession of the Royal Navy and what that says about how news of the Declaration spread as a new nation sought to assert its autonomy. The document was discovered among a collection of papers taken from an American privateer vessel called the Dalton after it was captured by a British warship off the coast of Spain in December of 1776, though other significant papers were passed on to the Admiralty Courts, including the privately owned Ships Commission, personally signed by the Continental Congress President John Hancock to attack British vessels on behalf of the fledgling U.S. The Declaration was not. Instead, it would be recorded only as another document and forgotten for more than 2 centuries in the Naval Archives. The modest sheet of paper was printed in Exeter, New Hampshire, between July 16th and 19th, the time taken for the news to spread of the bold declaration first signed in Philadelphia on July 4th. These broadsides, like those rattled off by printers in other major cities, were designed to be printed quickly, distributed fast, and read and consumed by as many people as possible in as short a time as possible, said Moore. This is about our news in 1776. Though the Dalton did not dock in Exeter, Moore said it was more likely that Eleazer Johnson, who was the ship's captain, had bought a copy of the Declaration in nearby Portsmouth, New Hampshire, where the ship briefly stopped to pick up more crew. Johnson was a committed American. After his capture, he declared to a court in Plymouth, UK, that he was a citizen of the United States of America. Still considered a treasonous statement by the Crown, Amanda Bevan, the head of legal records, said she liked to imagine the captain had read the document aloud on deck. He said, "I have this nice image of Eleazer Johnson on the ship, potentially reading out this Declaration of Independence to his 120-man crew of diverse nations to say, this is why we're doing it. This is why we're putting our lives at risk. This is why we're heading out into the ocean to take our chances again." American privateer ships had been commissioned by Congress to attack seize and take the ships and other vessels belonging to the inhabitants of Great Britain. In fact, Dalton itself, the ship, was the first American privateer to be captured in European waters. Thanks to other documents in the National Collection and elsewhere, we know what happened next, including from the published diary of one of the sailors, Charles Herbert, available online. The crew of 120 men, English, Irish, Scottish, French, and Danish sailors, as well as those declaring themselves American citizens, including one, Daniel Cottle, who is described in the muster book as being a black man. This is not uncommon in North America, said Moore. It is likely by his role, this privateering ship, that he is a free black man in 1776. That's Daniel Cottle. We do see free black people fighting on both sides of the Revolution. With the rest of his crew, Cottle was transferred to a guard ship and eventually taken to England, where he was held in the Old Mill prison in Plymouth. That is really where we lose his story, said Moore. It's possible that with more research, we'll be able to follow him a bit further. It's likely that he came from Newburyport, Massachusetts, where the majority of Dalton's crew came from. So there's definitely more to his story there, and I'd like to uncover more if we can. Saul Nassy, who's the chief executive of the National Archives and keeper of the public records, said the vanishingly rare document was a powerful reminder that the history of the American Revolution is fundamentally transatlantic, as well as its documentary importance, he said. It's the story that makes this copy so important. Not only is it one of 11 in the world, it also has provenance, from a print shop in Exeter, New Hampshire, to a privateer at sea, to its capture, and eventually being part of our state's archives. And that kind of provenance is exceptionally rare. So one of 11 copies of this Exeter copies is now in the UK archives.
That is so cool.
Yeah. So that from then to now, where we're at as far as America goes. So celebrating our 250th anniversary, I give you the moment we're at now as a country, Jess.
Okay.
And I find this moment highly ironic. And I'm going to show you, it's more than just 250 years. I'm going to go all the way back to before our country was even formed. I'm going to take you back to a moment where this country was probably covered up in jungle vines.
Ooh.
To the time of dinosaurs.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, we got a blow up dinosaur.
Right. And I'll take you to a little store called Kmart.
I used to love a good Kmart when I was young.
There's very few of them around.
I know,
Okay.
it's all we had in my hometown.
Right. Well, it turns out that Kmart shoppers are in stitches over their X-rated detail on their dinosaur balloons for kids. So we've gone all the way from the finding of the one of 11 Exeter copies of the Declaration of Independence to finding out that this little dinosaur is disturbing to kids. Would you care to guess where the valve stem on this dinosaur is?
It has to be like on his butt or his front. It's somewhere where his naughty bits are.
Let me show you what would give Abraham Lincoln fits if he could see it today. I'll show you just exactly where and why this dinosaur is leaned back in pleasure.
Oh, wow. I think that dinosaur is really excited to see everyone.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think Kmart might have put the valve stem on the wrong place on the dinosaur, or maybe.
Aw. Yeah, maybe it's the right place. Maybe it's that kind of dinosaur, Tim.
That, Jess, is where we've come in 200, so to speak, is where
Oh.
we've come in 250 years as a country. Let me explain the story here. Kmart shoppers are in stitches over an X-rated detail on a children's product available in the retailer's online store. One customer shared photos of a T-Rex balloon she purchased for her child, only to discover something unexpected about the item's design. Bought this balloon for my daughter's birthday, and there's something a little off-putting about the blowhole. She amused as the customer posted in the Kmart Mom's Facebook page, along with a nervous laughter emoji. The pic shows a $6 standing Tyrannosaurus foil balloon with an inflation valve located in a rather crude location. The post attracted thousands of likes, with other moms sharing their amusement at the find. They knew what they were adding when they designed this, one shopper said, implying the eyebrow-raising detail wasn't added by mistake. A second said she'd bought the same dinosaur balloon for her son, but hadn't noticed the placement of the valve. Now this has been pointed out. It makes 10 times. Now that it's been pointed out, it makes it 10 times funnier, she said. Other members of the group shared photos of other foil balloons with similar air valve locations. So they just took it one step further in the moms group on Facebook. So we went from fighting for our freedoms to fighting to find the valve stems on balloons.
Poorly placed valve stems on dinosaurs.
Yes, on dinosaurs. Yeah. The balloon fail comes as Kmart announced it's relocating checkouts to store exits in multiple locations. 24 more Kmart stores will be refurbished with a new format that moves cash registers back to the front of the stores. I guess they put them in the back of the stores.
Oh, party in the back. I didn't even know there were Kmart stores around anymore.
In the back. As opposed to the foil in the front. Thank you very much. Mm-hmm. You can blow on the front where the party's in the back. Is that
something like that, Tim?
There still are limited Kmart stores, but they're out there.
Oh, this has been a ride.
It has, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of an interesting show. All right, with that, Jess, you have 3 books that will be out August 11th, and you also have a course online.
Yes, yeah, you can pre-order the books now if you want. That would be amazing because that's going to come up really fast. And yeah, the course online, if you're interested in some mindfulness techniques for improving your ability to, stand up for yourself, really, and speak your truth. But yeah, you can find it on jessicafreeburg.com. That's where all my stuff is.
Excellent. I got nothing.
You got everything, Tim.
Tomorrow, supernatural news, and then Thursday. Thursday, we have a scientist in that will be talking about interesting principles about aliens. He neither falls on the skeptical side nor on the believer side. But we'll be talking about the existence of aliens out there in the universe, especially with government disclosure. And we do tackle the disclosure topic. But he has his own theories as to why aliens may or may not be appearing. So we tackle that in depth on Thursday.
That'll be good.
Yeah. So it's a good show on Thursday. Oh, boy. I got to go take a nap after the show. This is...
I need to go recover.
Yeah. Good show, though. Good show.
Oh, I feel like I got my workout in. Thank you. My abdominal workout is complete.
Excellent. I'll let you figure out what you're going to do with flapjacks and Aunt Jemima syrup later. That'll be your post-workout wind down. Meanwhile, a couple of things for you. Check out the app. Check out YouTube. By the way, if you're listening to the show, not watching the show, the Original Darkness Radio on YouTube, check out all our videos there. And if you love the show, rate and review us. Give us a 5-star review. We'll see you tomorrow for Supernatural News. For Jessica Freeburg, I'm Tim Dennis. Thank you so much for continuing to watch and listen to us here on the best in true crime podcasting. This is True Crime Tuesday.
For more audio and video archives of True Crime Tuesday, intriguing content, fun events, and cool swag, check out darknessradioshow.com. The executive producer of Darkness Radio is Troy Palmer. If you enjoyed today's program, please make sure you like and subscribe. This videocast is copyrighted for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this videocast, including audio, video, descriptions, or accounts of today's show, is prohibited without the consent of Darkness Radio Management. Thank you for watching. And be sure to join us tomorrow for Supernatural News with Mally Fox.